TTC and Baby G, and just figured I'd go live. Yeah, it's a little impromptu. Wanted to get out and show um the new whip while it's not raining. It was raining yesterday, so I didn't come out. Ooh, we gotta fix Baby G nose. All right, so I'll fix that when we get in the car. But yep, here's my new baby. Um, hey, Miss Lex. I'm just showing the new digs right out here. As you can see, my old whip is no more. It's a little wet out here, but it's getting a little tiring holding this heavy boy. So I'm gonna go sit in the vehicle for a little bit. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy about it. Come on. Before we get pooped on by a bird or something. Out here, that's a common occurrence. Oh, goodness. Oh, let's not drop the bottle, baby. Hey, Nikki Kylie. Thank you. Thank you. All right, hold on. Let me, apparently I set this up like the wrong way. But let me put this in the holder. And that way I don't have to hold it the whole time. All right. After the windshield incident and transmission, yeah, it was time. It was time for a little upgrade. Oh my God, it's so warm. Okay, it's just so warm. Sorry. Let me just turn the radio down. I just need some air blowing because it's hot here in Florida. It is hot. We'll just give the folks a few minutes to come in. Thank you. Work is interesting. Here, Baby G, you come over here for a second while mommy adjusts this. Hold on. Let me see. So I can see y'all. I got the camera like all pointed the wrong way. Oh God, it's so hot. It's 83 degrees, but it probably feel like 90 something out here. Okay. All right. So, oh, hi, Giovanna. Congratulations. You 7 months and you already trying to TTC again? I'm ready, but I'm not ready. Come here, baby. Oh goodness. I think no. I know 83 is not nothing, but with the humidity it's a lot. It's a lot. So all right, come on, don't put your booty all in the camera, okay? All right. Let's get you set up here so the folks can see you. Here, you hungry? Try not to spill it, okay? All right. Yeah, he likes to hold the bottle upside down, and now that he has these 6-month nipples, it just the milk just flows out because there's no cereal in the bottle. It's just the formula. Anyway, but yes, so here we are. It's been probably 2 months since I've done a live by myself. Anyway, I think last month. Thank you, Miss Lex. Say thank you. Say thank you. I think the last live I did was the SMBC live with Arlette and Boston Girl. So it's been a lot going on. Work is in full force. I've been officially back at work for 4 months now. And I'm sad to say, but I guess it's okay, that I'm still adjusting. Lately I've been feeling extremely fatigued and just uninterested in work, and I think it's burnout. This is exactly how I felt right before I gave birth, because I hadn't had any like vacation time. So I think 4 months back to work, juggling him and work and our new schedule, having to get up early in the morning. Plus, I feel like these days I wake up, I feel like I didn't get any sleep at all, even though I'm going to bed when he goes to bed, which is really early for me. Um, so I just feel like I'm just not getting any rest. So I'm looking forward to days off where I'm not running around trying to do errands and whatnot. Like, I just had a 4-day weekend where I was off of work Friday mandatorily. Um, my job is like forcing us into 4 vacation days since nobody has taken vacation due to what's going on in the world. So um, they forced the entire company to take 4 vacation days. And this past Friday was the 3rd of the 4th. And while Baby G was at the sitter, um, I mowed the lawn. Then I went and got my hair did. Look, I go for a relaxer and a trim, okay? I needed a relaxer bad. So I mowed the lawn, then I went and got my hair did, and then I went around to the dealerships uh, just intending to test drive, not intending to buy. So turns out I bought a car that day. I didn't bring it home until the next day, so it is what it is. But it turned out to be like just a race and running weekend, because when you purchase a car, it's like you spend all day at the dealership. It's like I was at the dealership where I test drove this car, and then I went to the dealership. uh it's a 2016 Miss Lex. She ain't new, but she new to me. Okay, I will say, um both cars that I was looking at. Okay, can mommy talk? Thank you. Both cars that I was looking at are childhood dream cars of mine. This one, the one that I purchased. All right, baby. The one that I purchased, this one is a Lexus RX 350. The other car that I was looking at is a Toyota RAV4, and I was looking to get that in a 2020. So, you know, I was talking to Lady Leo, and she was like, well, if you're going to spend that kind of money, you might as well get what you want. And the thing about it is, it's like, okay, I've always wanted a Lexus RX series from the time it hit the market. I've always wanted a Toyota RAV4 from the time it hit the market. We talking years ago, like well over 15 years ago. Both of these cars hit the market. Now, I'll say they have gone through years of body styles that I didn't, we're making a mess now. Years of body styles that I didn't particularly care for. But I really do like the 2020 RAV4. And I like this body style of RX. Okay. I am not really a fan of the sport. Excuse me? I don't like the 400 and the 450 or whatever, the 400 series. I'm not a fan of that body style. So it just so happened to work out because I was looking to not spend a certain amount of money. And when Lady Leo said you might as well get what you want, I was just like, okay, well, what I really want ain't gonna be in this price range. And so I just started looking, and she was telling me how new cars are overrated. That's also a dream of mine too. I've never owned a brand new car. So I was kind of thinking about that as well. And so I test drove this. I found this one. It was a really good deal. And I just said, well, this happens to be at a dealership right next to where I was going anyway. So I said I would test drive it. I'd scoot over here. I want to see this car, no other car. Test drove it. They were trying to get me to like buy it right there. And I'm like, no. And they were like, oh no, the RAV4, it won't compare, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I need to see that for myself. So I went next door and test drove the RAV4, which is Hey, a very nice vehicle as well. Lots of great features, but it is a little smaller than this one. It doesn't sit as high up off the ground. You were tired of looking at it? Stop. So it's just, I like SUVs for that like up high feel. I also wanted the cargo space because I will say, while my previous vehicle was a full size vehicle, the jogging stroller was a a hassle, right, to get in and out of that particular vehicle, in and out my trunk, which already had stuff in it. I ended up, just to get it in and out the car quickly, I have to like put it in the back seat, and I mean it takes up the entire back seat. Really sure. So I need the cargo space of an SUV, which is why I was looking at that. Like a small SUV, I don't need, a big utility vehicle. I wasn't looking for that. No, 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 baby. Hey, you calm down. So, cargo space was about the same, and I will say I did like the car seat test, which to me is, basically how high do I gotta lift this heavy baby, to get him in the car right now. So I did notice right away when I test drove the RAV4 that it was not as high off the ground, which is actually kind of a better thing, to not have to hoist him up so high. But I would say that's a really nice vehicle. It's just the level of luxury sitting in the vehicle is like so far apart. Even though the RAV4 has a lot of great features and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I could use a little luxury. And the thing about it is, my previous vehicle, it was a 2003 Buick Regal LS. So in all actuality, I was already driving a luxury vehicle, or the luxury version of that vehicle. So technically, I would be stepping down to the RAV4, right? I don't know. I guess I kind of still feel like I'm trying to justify it, but I don't need to justify it. I got what I wanted. Your sis is dreaming within her means, and that's all that's to it. No big deal, right? Right. So it's funny. It's funny, Miss Lex, that you mentioned road trip ready, because now that I have the vehicle, I'm gonna hit up my aunt in North Carolina and see what they're doing for Thanksgiving, because I'm still not quite ready to get on a plane. So I'm figuring I want to maybe drive up there to see family. They'll get a chance to meet him. I have people in that particular town in North America, in North Carolina. There, I have a family on both sides of my mom and my dad. So I figured that'd be nice. It's just 9 hours. It's a 9 hour drive. That's the thing. And I didn't want to take that drive by myself with him in the back seat with nobody to kind of keep him company. Because I feel like if that was the case, I would have to stop more often, which would just take me longer to get there. So my niece says she wants to go. So as long as, my aunt will be in town, we'll make that trip, or we'll try to make that trip for Thanksgiving, because ouch, I'll have the week off. But I've also been thinking, it's 9 hours from here to there, but it's only 6 hours from there to Philly. So, or really 5.5, not even 6 hours. So a part of me is thinking, if we leave early enough, while fresh, we could take the drive all the way up to Philly, which is like 14 hours, and then come back, but only come back down to North Carolina for Thanksgiving, since the bulk of my family in Philly does not celebrate Thanksgiving. I could at least get up there to see like my mom, my brother, and my niece. And then they could all see the baby and stuff. We get up there for a few days and then come back to North Carolina for a few days and then come back here. And then I would have Sunday to recuperate from the long drive. So I know it's just, I just don't want to. I know it can be done. I just don't want to, not by myself. So, especially as active as he is now, I really don't like to drive. So as far as like road trips go, I prefer like to get there. And so making a lot of stops is not what I want to do. That's something I'm going to have to get over as he gets older, because the bathroom stops will have to happen. But while he's an infant, you know, if somebody could be back there, hey Deidre, thank you. Somebody could be back there to hand him a bottle, or, you know, to feed him or what have you, and I don't have to stop to do this, and then we can kind of keep moving. So let's not turn it upside down, baby. We're not gonna make a mess in the car, okay? Okay, not up here. Your seat is back there. Yes. Hey, Lady Leo. You just missed me talking about you. So, so I'm just trying my best to maintain. So I've actually made a few purchases in the past few weeks. This wasn't the only one. You'll be seeing another one relatively soon. Probably like in another month or so. You'll be seeing about that one. Unless I decide to post on Instagram. Oops. We hit the baby head. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm in like the selfish mode where I kind of want to spend money on me. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it was time to get a new car. Maybe I was a little selfish about what I got, but I mean, I work hard. There's no reason to be able to enjoy the spoils of my labors, right? So, there's that. So that's kind of where we are. As far as everything, as far as Baby G goes, he is a full-on walker. For those who are not following me on Instagram, full-on walker. He is just walking everywhere, getting into everything. As you can see, he's pretty active and mobile. Yes. All right. And vocal. Thanks, Miss Lex. Thank you. Don't spill it, baby. We're not turning it upside down. Ouch. I'm telling you. We have the same fight inside the house when he wants to hold it upside down and walk across my living room, spilling the milk all over the carpet, which I then have to pull out the steam cleaner to clean up. Not fun. Not fun. So, yes. Yes. And if he's not doing that, he's pulling papers all over the floor. When I go in the house, you'll probably see. He stays a full day, but I don't even know if it's really like 8 hours, like just over 8 hours. He goes to a private sitter. The earliest that I can take him is 7:30, but I ain't getting up that early unless I absolutely have to. And no, cats could care less about the bottles. I guess they don't like formula. But I have to pick him up no later than 5:30, which I'm used to working clear up to 6 o'clock in my workday, so it's already sort of cutting my workday short, and it's a very tight day for me. So I'm like trying to get him out by 11:30. Thank you, Lady Leo. Thank you. I'm trying to get him out and then back home by 9, which I'm not very successful most mornings with getting back at 9, so that I can get a full 8-hour day and then leave at 5, so that I'm not late picking him up at 5:30, because even though she's a private sitter, she is like, I close at 5:30. For the first 5 minutes is $5, and then it's $2 every minute after that, kind of deal. So I'm trying not to be late at all. Picking him up. I will say she has gone on vacation, week long vacation twice since I've been back to work. And so that pretty much meant he was home with me those 2 weeks. And like I said, it's only been 4 months. So I was telling my coworker, and I was just like, man, I wish I could go on vacation like her. My coworker said she's got a better work-life balance than I do. I think most people have a better work-life balance than I do. But I can't complain about, having to pick him up at 5:30 because it does ensure that I stop working. And once I bring him home, I'm not interested in getting back on the computer again. There's been a few times where I've had to. Either I come back for a meeting or I come back to finish something up that needs to get done. But in general, I'm like done working. So it stops me. And I tell people I'm a recovering workaholic. That's what I tell people. You all done? You drink the whole thing. Good job, baby. So I'm recovering. It gets me every now and again, but I'm a recovering workaholic. So I can thank him for that. I guess that's the blessing of having to pick him up at 5:30. I would prefer maybe having to pick him up at 6:30 at the latest, but I'm making the 5 work. But I feel like I'm more exhausted when he goes to daycare than when he's home. And I found that that's because I tend to try to do everything while I don't have him to drag around. So I'm going to the grocery store, I'm trying to mow the lawn, or I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to clean this or trying to clean that. The stuff that is difficult to do when he is home. Let me see. It's only one staff for his now. So if she gets sick or go on vacation, it puts you in the bind. Yeah, I keep saying when she went on vacation the first time, I was like, man, I'm probably gonna have to have a backup sitter. And I don't know. I mean, my position is flexible enough. There may very well come a time where I will absolutely need either a backup sitter or to pay somebody to come to the house to watch him while I work. So I haven't ran into that just yet. It's all worked out pretty perfectly thus far. So, but then also only having like 2 weeks notice and all of that. The good thing is, I don't have to pay her in the week that he's home with me. So that works out too, I guess. But if I got to pay somebody else, I only have to pay her who's on her vacation, not mine, and then have to pay somebody else. Which I was talking to somebody and they said they had to still pay when their place was closed. And I was like, oh no. I got to pay somebody else because you closed, but I still got to pay you to hold my baby's position? How about I not pay you and you can feel free to give away his position for that particular week? But no, you're not going to give it away because you're not there to take somebody else in. So let's be real here. I don't know. That just seems weird, and I probably would pull my kid out of a situation like that or not go into a situation like that where if the place is closed, I still have to pay you. When you opted to close for a whole week, we're not talking about a day, a holiday where people are off of work or anything like that. We're talking about you just chose to be closed, but I still got to pay you for the week when you chose to go on vacation. No bueno. Doesn't work for me. So yeah. We did have the sitter and I had to have a little talk because she did bring in 2 babies. There are 2 babies that were there before he went, and that's why she had room for him, is that those 2 babies left. Yeah. And all right, Lady Leo, simmer down. And so, hey. I don't know what's happening. Okay, now we're playing. Baby G kicked something. Hold on. My phone all of a sudden is playing music. Let's turn this back. There we go. All right.
Station to station, avoiding commercials and trying to
What
get
in the
something
world?
behind
And the volume all of a sudden went up. That's crazy. There we go. All right, I'm still trying to figure things out in this car. But anyway, um, yeah, so the babies were leaving, and he wouldn't have been able to go there if the babies never left. But I guess they left. He started going, and for some reason, the mom changed her mind, decided she wanted to go back to work. So now the babies are back, and I'm just like, okay, now you got 3 babies, because they're probably at least 6 months older than baby G. And I noticed that once the babies started coming back, hey JB, that he has been on the verge of a diaper rash ever since then, and it kind of boiled over into him being extremely uncomfortable, where this one particular Friday he literally screamed all the way home. He was fine when I first, picked him up, and then I went to put him in the car, and I guess he pooped, or maybe the position he was going in, um, and he just started screaming. I thought something bit him like an ant or something like that. And when I got him home, I realized how irritated he was um, when I went to change him. So she and I had to have a little talk about that, because I'm just like, look, either you're not changing him as often as you say you are, or you're using something on him that I didn't provide. Which one is it? And she's like, oh, no, no, no. Maybe it was something he ate, or maybe it was this, maybe it was that. I'll keep a better eye on him, and this is that and the other. So she's going from changing him 6 times a day to like 8 times a day. And in all actuality, I don't care how many diapers you use, he should not be coming home irritated when he doesn't show up there irritated. So we had a discussion, no neck rolling or cursing or noise or anything like that. I had a discussion with her in person, not over the phone, not over text message. And then after our discussion, since this isn't a daycare center, like if this were like a daycare center, I would have expected like an incident report right behind this. But since she's a private sitter, what I decided to do was send her a text, basically summarizing the points that we talked about in our conversation, and I asked her to confirm, correct, or add any points to that as a matter of record. And when I first told her that I was going to send her a text message, I think she thought I was like joking. And so when she got the text message, I don't know, probably freaked her out. So now she's like, I'm seeing on the little paper she gives me every day that she's like checking him every hour. I'm not sure if she's licensed, Miss Leslex. I'm not sure. She came highly recommended. And I do like her. I think she's just overrun by 3 babies. She's been sitting for a long time. I mean, a very long time, years, tons of years. And I think she never wanted to have 2 babies. Now she's got 3. And the reality is, had those 2 babies not left her establishment, there would not have been any room for baby J. So now she's brought these 2 babies back, maybe as a favor to their mom, and she's overrun, which I think is a position she never wanted to be in. So I don't, you chose to bring these babies back. That's cool, but my baby shouldn't suffer as a result of it. So we're not doing it. And I needed her to know that I'm serious about my baby not being not suffering because you're not changing him, or because he's not complaining about a wet diaper, so you're leaving him so long in it. So we had that understanding. We haven't had any incidents since then. He's not been on the verge of a diaper rash since then. But I did switch out the Aquaphor 3-in-1 diaper rash cream for the Aquaphor healing ointment, which is what I have been using at home, which I think seems to work better for keeping him less irritated. So I don't know, maybe the zinc is a little bit too much for him. Hey Suzuki Bros. To be honest, this bottle came free. This is a Doc Brown. Oh, actually, was this bottle free? No, this bottle here is not free. It is a Dr. Brown's. I think I paid for this one from Toys R Us when they were going out of business. I bought this bottle. I got quite a few. I have 3 more Dr. Brown's bottles, 8-ounce bottles. I think 1 more that I paid for, and then the other 2 I got free, either from a baby show or in a gift box, maybe an Amazon gift box or Walmart gift box or something like that. 5 years later, and I remember those days here. Yeah, cleaning it actually hasn't been too bad. That's one thing I can say. The sitter, she does rinse out all the bottles. She does. I do have the little straw cleaner that comes with the bottle. So she has one and I have one. So she rinses out and cleans all the bottles, and then I sanitize them every Sunday. And so, since he wasn't exclusively breastfed baby, we only use 3 bottles. So we just, it's the same. See, you pressing stuff up here. He's kicking and pressing buttons, and I don't know what they mean. So, yeah, I gotta watch him. He's kicking stuff on the steering wheel. Okay. Alright, but yeah, let me back up a little bit to give us some more space. But yeah, so I just needed her to know that I mean business. Like, I'm for real a mama bear. I'm a real go with the flow kind of girl, but we're not gonna play this game about my baby. Like, he was so incredibly uncomfortable, and it took the better part of the weekend to get him comfortable with being touched with a wipe and having his diaper changed. So that's how uncomfortable he was, and I don't want to have to keep going through that. But we didn't have any diaper rash issues until those twins came back. So I didn't want to say, all right, you got those 2 new babies and now it's been a problem to her. I'm just saying it's a problem. It's a problem now, and what we're going to do to correct it. And so it hasn't been a problem since then, and it's been about a week. But she is like very adamant. Like, when I show up, she's checking him to make sure he's not wet or whatever. There's a part of me that still kind of feels like she probably isn't changing him as much as she says she is. But I can't dwell on it. He's not coming home irritated. It does feel like she's using more of the Aquaphor healing ointment than she ever used of the 3-in-1 diaper rash cream. So I'm feeling a way about that. But whatever, girl. Use whatever you got to use to keep my baby good. And maybe somebody suggested to me that maybe she's using up all these other diapers and all the diaper cream and all of that to then say, well, you wanted me to change him often, so you just have to pay for these things. And I'm like, whatever, girl, do what you got to do. I'm not going to complain about how much you're using, although I do think it's a little excessive. But of the diaper cream anyway. But as long as my baby is good, I can deal with that. So that's probably the only issue I have with the sitters, that particular incident. But other than that, it's been fine. It'd be nice, if she would have the room to take on my next baby. When that baby comes, that'll be at least a year and a half from now. So I don't know. I don't know. So, I mean, him and the other babies will be older, so maybe. What size clothes? So, this onesie he's in is a 6 month, believe it or not, and he's still got plenty of room in it. So, I found that he can still fit some 6 months. They stretch a little bit. Okay, let me see. Let's see that question. No, my child is not raised by government assistance. I work and I'm pretty well off. Thanks, Nate DZ. Thanks for asking. But at any rate, very gainfully employed. Thank you very much. But he still fits 6 months. He has some 9 month sleepers that are like, I guess they're snug fit. So they seem like, they're real kind of tight on him, but they do still fit. Even though he's about to be 11 months. So I think the onesies are probably okay at the 6 months because he's not like heavy, but he's long. My baby doesn't have a dad, Nate DZ. He is donor conceived. Thank you. So, what's shocking about that? Lady Leo. I mean, it's a known fact. No man wants me. No, how about I don't want them? And that's why there isn't anybody around. But you're welcome to your opinion, Nate DZ. But if you don't want to be a productive member of this conversation, you can't move on. You can't move on. At any rate, thank you, Miss Lex. I appreciate that. But I don't need any validation from any man or woman about what I do with my life. It doesn't affect anybody else. I'm not on any government assistance. I own my home. I take care of my baby all by myself with my money, the money I earn, nobody else's, no help from anybody else, nor do I complain or beg or ask to borrow from anyone. So we are good. Thank you, Nate, for your concern. Somebody sleepy. Oh, that's a sleepy baby. Yes. Him so sleepy. Him had the bottom, now he's sleepy. Yes. He has 8 teeth, y'all. 8 teeth. And he uses them. Yes. Who run the world? Girls. At any rate, strong enough to bear the children and then get back to business. Okay? Yes. So who run the world? Girls. So anyway, Nate, you're welcome to go and go hug your children and whatever woman you got, if any. All right. You don't have to waste your time here. So anyway, the distraction of people and their opinions. Oh yeah, that's a sleepy. Okay, baby. Him sleepy. Yes, him sleepy. Why you fighting sleep? He's fighting sleep. His eyes are literally closed. You'll see how quickly he'll be out. Come here. Cause you're doing a bit much right now, baby. Come on, lay down. Somebody kicked the horn. But anyway. I know. So anyway. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with us. Baby G did have his first pool experience. He doesn't like getting his face wet. So I didn't dunk his head. but he enjoyed the pool. That will be coming up. You would have been noticing that I have been trying to get y'all caught up on the videos. I do have more videos to come to get y'all officially caught up. I think I'm up to like January. So much went on in December. There were so many videos for December, with everything surrounding the car. But I think I'm up to like January, maybe even February. It got to a point where I wasn't even filming for a while. So it'll get caught up pretty quick. Like I said, he's about to be 11 months. Last time he was at the pediatrician, he was only just over 18 pounds, which was surprising to me because I could swear he was well over 20, but he wasn't. He might be over 20 by now. He drinks 3 bottles. Pardon me. He drinks 3 bottles a day, 3 bottles. Whether that be formula, yeah, he's falling asleep. Whether that be formula or breast milk, he eats 3 solid meals a day, and he drinks about 8 ounces or more of water a day as well. So you can imagine he is a pee machine. Yeah, catch him fall asleep. Since him fall asleep, I want to make the transition back into the house. But he what's that guy? Oh, that's the postman. Ain't today Sunday? When the mail start running on Sunday? Interesting. Today is Sunday, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, Sunday. When the mail run on Sunday? That's so weird. Oh, I missed a few comments. Hold on. Asking dumb questions. He is no woman to kids. Who takes care of your kid when you're at work? A sitter. Thanks. When was the last time I met a man? Why? You interested, Nate? Is that why you here? Hey, Rachel Faith. Oh, God. Hey, Jess Moy, 2007. I'm sorry, I'm missing all of these. A kid with no father figure is toxic. It's toxic, let's be honest. Oh, God. Another one of those. Yes, walking already, Rachel. He's sleepy. Closing his eyes. Yep. Your mama don't care. Kids, so don't worry about it. Kick rocks. Oh, God. Y'all, let's just not give Nate an audience. I'm sorry, the chats weren't coming. It's not Amazon, you idiot. It was the U.S. Postal Service. They're clearly not Amazon. It was the U.S. Postal Service. He was wearing a blue shirt, and if you were actually paying attention to the video, you would have saw him in it because that's how I saw him behind me. Thanks, and have a great day. Enjoy life. Yeah, I think, Nate must be interested. He saw something he liked, so he came into the video. But, let's see. Let's see what we can do here. I don't know. I can't do much enough in here. I'll wait until I get back in the house, and then I'll handle Nate appropriately. Don't worry, ladies. But we won't give him an audience. We won't give him an audience. So let's just ignore him. Yeah, we don't have to stoop to his level, ladies. We know where we are and how we got there, and are raised in single parent homes, kind of like our president. Okay, Nate. There we go. He's gone. Alright, this is just hard to manage on the phone. What's wrong with his head? Apparently, Nate has never seen a baby before in his life, so I don't even know why he feels the need to um to comment. But what? I don't know. I find that there are I think there are people who subscribe to me just for the purpose of um disliking my videos, but it's fine. It's all engagement nonetheless. And if he's here, all it does is help my channel. I don't know. The weirdness of it is they don't even understand. They don't even understand. But Nate is gone, y'all. If he comes back, he'll come back under another fake name with no picture, okay? Just the people like to hide. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah. I don't know. It's a little difficult to manage the chat on my from my phone. So usually I got the phone going and the computer going at the same time. So it's a lot easier for me to work it on the computer. But yeah. See, out like a light. Do I know my baby or do I know my baby? Yeah, that bottle and he started acting a fool because he was fighting sleep. At any rate, yeah, he can still fit into some 6 months, but he's basically wearing like 9 months, 6 month pants are a bit short on him. He can still fit them. They're just short. They look a little hot water. So he's just long. He's small, but he's long. So all the 6 month sleepers that are footed, we had to put them away. So he's getting bigger. And I've been shopping for a lot of like 12-month stuff. So what he has coming up is, and I just scheduled his 12-month photo shoot with the photographer. So that's going to be on October 10th. And that is going to be a cake smash photo shoot. And it's also going to be themed. So I'm not going to say what the theme is. It does involve puppies. That's all I'm going to say about the theme. It doesn't involve puppies. But yeah, so his photo shoot will be themed, and his birthday is like during the week. So I'm just going to send like some cupcakes to the sitter in that same theme, and then I got a special shirt made for him that he'll wear that day. And I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to do at home. I don't know if I want to do a Zoom party. I definitely don't want to do like a party. I don't, I don't want to be at a venue anywhere. My backyard, I got time to get my backyard together, but not really how I want to. So I don't really want to bring people in that way. So if anything, maybe a Zoom party. Sugar-free cupcakes. I don't think they'll be sugar-free. Maybe they won't be sugar-free so I can get at that sitter. You know what I mean? There'll probably be mini cupcakes because he's the youngest baby there. And then there are the other two babies. They're twins. And she's got a couple of older kids who are there. And then it's like her and then her daughter. So they'll probably be full sugar. But I don't really give him sugar. He's had things with sugar in it, but usually just the little tip of a spoonful. Not like a full meal of it. Like I've had to share like my sweet potato casserole from Boston Market, which I'm sure has plenty of sugar in it. I've had to share that with him a little bit. I've had Italian ices at home, and I've given him, although they're kind of like real fruit Italian ices, so maybe not as much sugar. But it's gonna be interesting because the icing on these cupcakes, which I'm gonna go with buttercream because it's not as sweet. So that'll be his first like delve into like sugar. So it's gonna be interesting how he behaves with it. But other than that, he's been really good. New foods that he's been eating recently are black beans, pinto beans, apricots. He's got trying to think. Oh, pineapple. I've got some kiwi in there for him. He hasn't tasted that yet. Right now, he's finishing up prunes or plums. They get rehydrated and then pureed. So basically plums, and of course they're running right through them. So that works too because he went through this phase where he was like only pooping like once every other day. He never went through that phase where he like took a whole week to poop or anything like that. So um, I guess he started going through this phase where he would only poop like once every other day. And I found that quinoa tends to run right through him, and of course the prunes would run right through him, even though he takes a probiotic. So he's been getting a lot of yogurt, a lot of oatmeal, and I've just been trying to introduce him to like different fruits, different vegetables. I keep trying to make him asparagus, and what's happening is the asparagus is just going bad in my refrigerator. Um, I don't get at me. So yeah. So it's just he's been eating. I'm actually trying to like I said, I know I said I've been working on like I've been eating like Italian ices and whatnot, but since I am getting close to the love bugs are back out. Uh, since I am getting close to working on baby number two, I need to work on my weight because it is really going in the wrong direction. So it is, Miss Lex. Overall, the mommy journey is going really, really well. I'm not gonna lie, this is hard, and I've got some videos coming up that haven't posted yet, but as you all get through the catch up, you'll see them. Where I mean, I've had some difficult times. I had some difficult times out the gate. Um, when I went back to work, I think I did a um let's see. Well, was that a question for me or somebody else, JB? So there was a time where he was home. The sitter was on vacation, so he was home. I was working, and what I did is I was doing a week in the life that particular week. I didn't realize the week was going to start so horribly. So just keep an eye out for that. That was tough. That was a tough couple of days to get through. So I'm still working on baby one, just more. Uh, keep working at it, just more. Keep working at it. It's your baby's coming. Your baby's coming. Thank you so much. Carb cycling, which is a few days a week with no carbs, or just a meal with no carbs. I don't know, Miss Lex. I can't. I can't. 30 to 45-minute walks are cool. I certainly can do that. I certainly miss that, but my schedule, um, yeah, no worries. My schedule is very different. Like like to work out first thing in the morning. Problem with that is, by the time morning comes, he's in the bed with me and he rolls and thrashes around and he rolls off the bed. So I am not comfortable leaving him in the bed without watching him intently on the camera. So I could get on my treadmill and watch him, or I could, if I got up early enough, get him together, put him in a stroller, and walk outside. So I'm just, I'd love to just walk outside, but it's rainy weather, so it's not always good to walk outside first thing in the morning. But like I said, lately the mornings have been tough because even though I'll go to sleep with him at like 10 o'clock or 9:30, I still wake up as if I got no sleep at all. So it's mornings are really tough for me. I'm trying to find my way around it as far as like planning out his meals so I have less thinking to do in the morning when it comes to like his lunches and what he's going to eat for dinner. So there's just a whole lot of that. Step of routine. Yeah, there's some, walk away to pounds kinds of things. Um, I can get some walks in. Evening walks are even more tough. It's usually raining. Like this time of year, basically from like June to August. I know it's September now. It's still been raining. Basically June to November is rain season and hurricane season. So here, the thunderstorms are always in the afternoons, which is probably why I prefer mornings working out. But also, I prefer mornings because I can't guarantee when I would stop working prior. So I prefer to get up, get it done in the morning, and it be done and over with, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But now I do actually have a stop, but then it's raining, So he fares better if he's like in a stroller. Yeah, Florida, this is really crazy here in Florida. Like it was raining earlier. I don't know, well, you can't really see, but the clouds are gray. Like it's not even blue sky right now. So it was raining earlier. It dried up. It will probably rain again before the day is out. But um, what am I trying to say? The he does better in the stroller. So like if I'm out walking agreeable, but if he's just home in his playpen or in the high chair trying to feed himself, he gets restless. So that doesn't work out for me to get like a full workout in. I always feel like I'm constantly interrupted and it just doesn't go very well for me. So it actually works out better if he's in the stroller and I'm pushing him and walking. So if I can manage to make that work in the morning, that would be best for me. As a matter of fact, that was my original plan that I never really got into action. Um, but what I can do is after I pick him up, there's nothing that prevents me from taking a walk, like going to the park and just walking. There's a park. The difference is like going straight through the light or turning at the light on the way home from picking him up. So if I plan to walk and it's not raining, I could very easily go walk for an hour, just bring some snacks with me to kind of tide him over for his dinner, and he's perfectly fine with that. As a matter of fact, I have been I found a new mom friend through this app called Peanut, and she and I have been hanging out, and she likes to walk, and so she and I were walking a couple times a week in the evenings, and if it rained, we would go to the mall and just walk the mall for like an hour or so. Um, but with school in session, because her daughter's 3, her schedule changed. It didn't really match up with my schedule as far as getting together, so that kind of ended. She did invite me to there's a Zoom workout every Tuesday and Thursday. Because it's on Zoom, it doesn't matter where you are, but it does occur at 6:30 Eastern. If anybody's interested in that Zoom workout, I'm happy to share. You can join us. I haven't done it um, in a couple weeks because last week I was having some lower back pain. The week before that, I was just exhausted. I know. Well, it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? When you invite people into your life, you know what I mean? So it's you know different personalities. It could be work making new friends. I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot of work making new friends, and now I understand why I don't have very many close friends. Do have workouts that integrate the baby into the exercise. That's probably what I would try to do, but I wouldn't stress about the weight loss. When you wake up feeling good, go for a walk. Yeah, I don't do. I'm trying not to stress about the weight loss. That's why the scale is going in the wrong direction, because because I'm not stressed about the weight loss. Um, No, I don't. I haven't found a workout that includes the baby. I mean, the Zoom workout is actually a really good workout, and he's in the high chair, like right there. So if he needs something or drops the bottle or something like that, then I can like quickly give it to him. I usually can tide him over with snacks. It's a 45-minute workout that's right there. Um, if I can do that, then I can probably do like a walk away to pounds workout on YouTube or something like that, which the mom friend and I have done on rainy days as well too. Like we'll get together on Zoom so we can see each other and we'll play the same walk video and do a 3 mile walk. So it's just it's tough. It's tough because when I'm working out, I don't really want to be disturbed. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like I gotta break into my rhythm to to do something else. Um, yeah, I probably shed some pounds. You're not gonna like what the scale is saying right now. So I definitely need to do that. And I know that 80 to 90% of weight loss is what you put in your mouth. So I have to correct my eating, and so I've been trying to do that by like restricting myself from ordering out. Although I did that for 2 weeks and I still didn't lose any weight. So, that is what it is. I guess I just got too much fattening food hanging around the house, I guess. But I don't know. I'm trying, weight loss is a head game, your head's got to be in it in order to focus on it and really make it happen. And so sometimes I want an Italian ice or I want a Choco Taco. And so I go in there, or two or three, whatever. If it's in there, I'm going to eat it. So these are things that I never really bought and kept in the house. And now I feel like I'm buying them regularly and they're in the house and it's not helping the situation. So, you know, so I'm trying. I feel like I'm trying, but I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself because I don't want to be stressed out about it. I'm not looking to do the IVF thing until next year. So technically, I've got, another 3 months, 4 months, um, 3.5 months. But, I started talking to these doctors now, and they're going to be looking at me like, okay, girl, what we do about that weight? So that's not something I want to hear either, So I just have to say, look, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But also, there's pressure here too because my old RE has closed his business and has moved on to another clinic. I'm unsure about whether I want to use that clinic or not because, from what I understand, their embryology lab is in Jacksonville. And if that's the case, now I have to go 2 hours away for a procedure, and I don't think the doctors are following me there. My other option could be to use the same facility that my RE was using. That's an hour away. I'm not familiar with that doctor, but I'm familiar with the clinic. I'm familiar with the staff there at the clinic. Um, and I love all of them. And I like the embryologist there. I'm familiar with the embryologist. So it's just, I don't know. I got some decisions to make in the next couple of weeks, or I should say in the next couple of months. After I have my second baby, I'm paying to have my body done, cut my belly off, and trash it. Oh goodness! And now who's gonna watch your baby while you recover, Miss Lex? I wouldn't tell this to many people, but I don't mind sharing this with this small group. I went vegetarian then vegan for that exact reason. I have no self control. I'm a snackaholic. Yeah, I think sometimes we have to put limits on ourselves, but that's probably my biggest thing. I don't like to be restricted. So restriction to me, I feel like I've dieted a good portion of my life. Like always a fad diet here my mom would do, my sister would do, and it's just always been around me. So it's like even when I really wasn't big at all like I thought I was. So, just because I had a belly, like my belly wasn't tight. So there was a time where I would like do 100 punches every single day, and I still felt chubby. So it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just something that's kind of ingrained in me that, and I just feel like restriction breeds cheating, and I think you should be able to have whatever you want, but in moderation. But the in moderation part can be hard as well. So I've restricted myself from a lot of things. But I think that if I could go back on the same kind of diet I was on while I was pregnant, so that does allow me to have carbs, but just a limited amount of carbs. So that particular diet allowed me, I think, 165 grams of carbohydrates a day. So if I can go back to something like that, I'm sure I'll lose weight with no problem. So it's something I have to like mentally prepare for, and right now I'm just not been in the mental space for weight loss, like not at all. So I need to get back there. I need to get back to feeling like myself. So the good news is I plan to, I want to say, start in October, because I gotta burn through my vacation time. I'm gonna have like every other Friday off for like the rest of the year. Not counting, you know, a week long for Thanksgiving, the last 2 weeks of the year off, that kind of thing. So I got a lot of days that I'm trying to burn before next year, because our vacation is use it or lose it. I think having that much time off, like I haven't had any time off. And it's weird to say that I haven't had any time off because I didn't start work until May of this year. But I was home with a baby 24/7 from January to May. you know. Hey Rachel, yes, new car. You missed it. You missed it on Instagram. Yes, new car, new car. Yeah, so I just you know, I'm trying my best. Yeah, when this live is over, Mix let's just catch the beginning where I talk all about the car in the beginning. I even show the car in the beginning of the video, so you can just catch it just a few minutes in the beginning. But yeah, so it's just I don't know. I feel like I know what I want to do. I'm just not in the headspace to do it yet. Thank you, JB. Thank you. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing when you know how to lose weight. It's the hardest thing to do is lose weight when you know how to do it already. So it's always, oh, I know what to do. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. And then before you know it, the whole year gets away from you. So I don't know. Right now, I think I just feel burnt out from having a baby, then going to work, trying not to feel like I'm behind in work, and then dealing with the baby. So there's like work. I go from work to baby, and try to go to sleep, and then work baby. So it's just, I don't feel like I've had that time really for me. And even the couple of holidays that I've had off, I've spent them either the baby was home with me, or if I had a day off without the baby and he was at the sitter, I'm running around doing errands. I'm trying to grocery shop. I'm trying to mow the lawn. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. Trying to get all of this done while I don't have to worry about him interrupting. So it's just kind of like I was trying to steam clean the carpet in another room, and he just would not play by himself. He just wanted to be held. And I think, he's going through a little bit of a clingy phase where he doesn't want to be confined in his play area. He wants to run around and get into all kinds of stuff that he's not supposed to be in. So I had to put him in the carrier, which is, more rough on me because I'm back and forth, emptying the dirty water, putting new soapy water in. It's making a lot of loud noise. He was nice and quiet in the carrier, so it kind of worked out, but I'm carrying the extra, 18, 19 pounds on me moving around trying to do this. So it's just extra tiring, So I'm still adjusting. This is new mommyhood, a new house without a lawn for that reason. I don't know. I'm a city girl. I didn't grow up with a lawn, So my sister was just like, oh, aren't you glad, that you're there and, you don't have to experience snow and all of that. And I'm like, yeah, it's great to not have snow, but I feel like I gave up 5 feet of snow for 5 feet of leaves. The difference is if you leave the snow there and don't bother it, it will eventually melt away. But here, you leave the leaves, they don't go away. They just kind of impact and then tear everything up. So you got to move the leaves. I'm just used to doing the yard work myself. It's not pleasant, but I do feel it's a little bit therapeutic. I put my music on, the music speaks to me. I'm out here, I'm dancing, I'm raking, I'm blowing, I'm mowing, I'm edging, and I feel really good in how it looks when it's done. Problem is, I I used to be able to do that all day on a Saturday and get all of the yard done and be happy and proud with it. But baby G only gives me about 90 minutes and then he's done sitting in the stroller doing his own thing. So I get about 90 minutes to get done whatever I can get done in this yard. So I think I'm just going to have to maybe take care of my front yard myself, but I definitely want to call somebody in to clean out my backyard. My backyard has been horrendously neglected. The forest has grown over the fence and into the yard and has taken over. So I need somebody to get back there, clean it out. The tree back there that I want to get out, that's going to cost me some money. Um, that's what I said. This is funny. I got a funny joke with my brother. I was sending him a video of the baby walking, and my brother said, "Yeah, he wanted to impress you." I said, "If he wanted to impress me, he could have mowed the lawn. That would impress me." So he said, I think, I think that'll, he a little too early for that." I said, "He'll be ready to mow the lawn in a few years." Does he have a baby pool to keep cool? No, we stay cool in the house, Deidre. If my backyard was done, I would pull out, I would get a pool and pull that out. But that's kind of why I want to get my backyard cleaned out. Miss Lex, the grass killer here, it doesn't work on this forest that's growing over, because before I got pregnant, I poured brush killer all over my backyard. It did not stop it from overgrowing. It did not. I poured it behind the gate where it was growing from. I poured it all over my yard. It did not stop it from overgrowing. It rains so much here that, anything you put down, even fertilizer, they'll tell you the fertilizer lasts up to, what, 3 months, I think. I think a guy at the nursery said the fertilizer really only lasts about 8 weeks here because it rains so much. So a lot of it just gets washed away. Hey, sure. So it'll work for a while and then it just doesn't work. So I just need to get somebody to clean it out. Um, acting more like fertilizer. Yeah, I think it cleared the stuff that maybe was blocking some of the brush, and then more brush just kind of grew in. But I can't help it because what's behind my house is basically undeveloped land. So all of that is just growing freely and wildly. New car, who this? Yes. Yeah, so I'm just gonna I'm just, there's a lot that I want to do with my backyard to make it an area for me to be in, because I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a lot of people hanging out on their backyards, on their decks and whatnot, with all that's going on in the world. I'm trying not to say because YouTube makes a whole deal when you say the C word or the P word and all of that. So I'm trying not to say, but all that's going on in the world. And I've been really jealous about people hanging out in their backyards. So I'm like, oh, this is the perfect time to have a perfect backyard haven when you can't be out somewhere else. So I do want to work on my yard this year, especially to give baby G here a safe place to play. So I got an old deck back there that needs to be pulled up because that's dangerous. I need that brush cleared out. And then I've got a tree back there that drops a huge branch every time we have a major storm. Fortunately, we have not had a major storm. I don't know that I'll be able to get the tree guys in here before a major storm comes, but that's going to happen. And then once that tree is gone, I want to put a new fence in the backyard because the fence is old and it's got missing boards and all of that. So if I can get a better fence, maybe the brush won't come over so easily into the yard. So lots to do. It's gonna cost a lot of money. I'm still waiting on some tax returns. I did get my taxes done, y'all. I did get my taxes done. Spoiler alert, I got my taxes done. There'll be some videos about that too. But I did get all my taxes done. I'm completely caught up. I'm completely caught up on all the taxes. So 2017, 2018, and 2019 got done. 2019 got filed on time. I already have that refund. They done sent me my stimulus behind that. And I think that stimulus kind of prompted me to spend some money. So I made a few purchases. I'm just going to say I made a few purchases. But yeah. So I'm still waiting on my refunds from 2017 and 2018, and that's what I'm going to use to really get my backyard together. So I want to make sure that money comes before I start doing too much damage back there. Considering now, I don't know if I recall telling y'all on the live, but you'll see this in the videos as y'all get caught up. That while I was on my unpaid leave, during maternity leave, I was still getting paid. Fortunately, but unfortunately. So those chickens had come home to roost. The company realized that they paid me when I wasn't supposed to be paid, and they came back and was like, "Yeah, we want our money back." Um, Landscape designer to do your backyard. Deidre, when I bought my house, yeah, racing the hurricanes, yes. When I sorry, so when I bought my house, I decided to work on my own landscape. If I could show y'all pictures of what my house looked like when I bought it, like what my front yard looked like when I bought it, um, and what it looks like now. Like my neighbor was just telling me she was looking up my house, like I guess maybe what I paid for it. I don't know, but I guess she was looking at the pictures. She was really looking up. Okay, baby. I know. She was really looking up the house she's in because she's renting it, and the owner refuses to sell it to her. But she was looking to see what he paid for the house, and then I guess since that house is right next to mine, she saw mine and was telling me how she saw all the work that I put into this yard and like what it looked like before. I know, baby. Oh, so, but at any rate, I say all that to say that I took a landscape design class that was being offered by the county. Um, because I was kind of designing it myself, and I actually bought a landscape design software to design my landscape, and I actually have like a cartoon based design of my landscape, which I for the most part was successful with in the front yard and the side yard, but not the backyard. So okay, baby. Yeah. Yeah. So but that's me being cheap and not wanting to put the money in. But okay. What's wrong? Him throw a fit. Him throw a fit. Cause him waking up. Yeah, see, you see how he like thrashes? This is what he does in the morning. So pregnant. I was I was 37 weeks pregnant mowing the lawn. We'll take him inside, yeah. He was already laying down. He's not gonna go back to sleep. Yeah. So anyway, I can't remember what I talk about, y'all, but yeah. So the chickens came home to roost. My checks are short. I know, baby. Come on, let mommy get that out your nose, though. There we go. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's go in the house, because he's throwing a fit. Although he won't go back to sleep, but he's throwing a fit. Listen, I need you to not throw yourself around. Alright, I'm gonna bring him in the house so that I can put him on the boob, because that's the only thing that's gonna quiet him right about now. Is putting him on the boob, because that's what he's throwing himself around for. Sorry, y'all. Alright, so let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. Sorry, y'all. Alright, we'll go back in the house. Walk around the neighborhood. Let me see. Some of these I missed. Oh, that's what they got scrolled all the way up. Oh, thanks. Alright, so for those who missed the car, there she is. There she is. And I probably should have mentioned I made a few embellishments on the vehicle. So one of them is this valve stem, this little valve stem cap, which has a little crown on it. And I'll go in the car real quick. I've made a few embellishments to the dash. You see, Mama likes her bling bling. Okay. And I've got these headrests, jewelry, and some hooks back here to hold my purse, umbrella, whatever the case may be. so yeah, this is this new life, y'all. This new life. She nice. And she's got, say, baby G, a little sunroof too. So, all right. So, yep. New car, who this, y'all? So, she nice. Thank you. I'm extra. Girl, I like my bling. I try real hard to not be too much with it, because I didn't want to cheapen it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I gotta put my little spin on it. I mean, shoot, if it was too. Oh, I didn't show. One more thing I didn't show y'all. I said I embellished the dashboard. There's a few other things I didn't show. All right, one more thing. I know this baby, like, I got all the way to the door. All right, come on, baby G. Let's sit right here. All right, two more things. One is the start button that's embellished, and then the steering wheel. So that's it. So it's a little extra, but you know, what do we do? Come on, baby. All right, hold on. Hold on, while I pick the baby up. Oh, because he's heavy. Heavy. Okay. Yeah. So it's extra, but you know, who I did it, girl. I did it. Amazon is the devil. Amazon is the devil. That's all I can say. I had to back up from Amazon, man, because Amazon was doing too much. Amazon, Amazon was like, yes, bring us money. And I was like, whoo, Amazon, you, I can't, I can't, Amazon. All right, now I apologize. My house is a mess because, well, Baby G decided to take everything and throw it everywhere. So my floor was clean until earlier this morning. So after I set y'all up, y'all might be able to see him walk back and forth. So, okay. No, no, we're not gonna mess with that. No, sir. Okay. Goodness. All right. So let's see what I miss here in the chat. Baby. Come here. Come here. Come to mommy. Yes. Come to mommy. Yes. All right, let me see. Let me back up. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Lex Lex. Thank you, JB. Rachel Faith. Thank you, Rachel. Ooh, thank you, teacher. Sure, I'm extra, I know. Miss Lex Lex. I'm doing good. Yeah, I explained earlier that she ain't new, but she new to me. That's all that matters. So, yeah, she's a 2016. So I adopted her at 4 years old. Let's see. Who did you? Oh, I did it. They're all just mostly just stickers, double-sided tape, that kind of thing. So they all go on. The adhesives have been pretty strong. Hi Mona. Thank you. I earned my extra debt. Thank you, teacher. So happy for you working on upgrade. By the end of the year, I'm saving like crazy to buy a cash. I know that's a dream of mine too. That's what I wanted. I said hopefully by the time I'm done with this Buick, I will buy my next car cash. Well, if I wasn't trying to TTC, I could have bought that car cash, right? So, I mean, it's crazy how life works. Put them down to walk. Yeah, at least you can sit on the floor and outside towel. I know everybody keeps trying to get me to get like either the vinyl panel floor, which I love, but I like to sit on the floor. So I would just throw area rugs everywhere just so I could sit on the floor. So I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air because this carpet, it's about time to do something with this carpet. So this is the same carpet I moved into the house with. It's been 13 years. So it's time to do something with the floor in here. And I'm leaning towards the hardwood floors because they'll be easier to keep clean with kids. But I kind of like carpet, you know. What can I say? Um, was looking at the Honda CRV. I was looking at that too, and the RAV4. Yeah. So Honda CRV was on my list, but all I kept finding was the CVT transmissions on the Honda CRVs. And a friend of mine, there's nothing wrong with the, what is it, CVT transmissions, but apparently Honda is new to them. So they've only been just trying them out in their vehicles for the last 2 years, he said. So they're probably not as well versed with them. I know have been using that kind of transmission as well, but as everybody has told me, Nissan's not that great at transmissions. My very first car was a Nissan. I had to rebuild that transmission twice. So clearly they're not that great with transmissions. And I guess the RAV4 was the other vehicle that I was looking at. But, you know, Lexuses are just luxury versions of Toyotas. That's all it is. And actually, the sticker on the inside of my vehicle says it was manufactured by Toyota in Canada. So Alexis ain't nothing but a Toyota. It's just the high end version. That's all. Right, baby? So um, I couldn't have gone wrong with this vehicle or with the RAV4. They're both going to give me a lot of life out of the vehicle. No, no, we're not going to play with that. No, we're not going to play with that, baby. So can't go too wrong. You fussy? You want to run around? You got the time to run around. There, he angling for the boob, y'all. Not that I got much to give him, cause my supply is like nil now. Oh damn labels! I just need my vehicle to be trustworthy. Yeah, but I mean, labels are no labels. Toyota's a good label. Honda's a good label. You know what I'm saying? Lexus is a good label. Like the name, you get durability and quality in the name. So it's a little with cars. It's a little different than say like with clothes. You know. So yeah, you're not gonna go back to sleep. So yeah. So but I don't know. You know, my last car I kept for 16 years, and that was a Buick. You know, I tend to call myself a Nissan girl, but I'm tired of rebuilding transmissions. This is my third transmission rebuild, so I don't want to rebuild another transmission. Have I talked to my mom? Yeah, my mom probably calls like once a month, um, just to chat, and I gotta give it to her because I ain't calling her, so she calls me, and but I'm not calling her, but when I get pictures of the baby, I did convince my mom to get on WhatsApp, so I do send her pictures of the baby, videos of the baby and stuff like that. I don't necessarily call her and tell her to go look. She sees it when she sees it. And then usually when she sees the stuff that she gets excited about, she'll call me. It's kind of funny. Last time I talked to her was probably a week or so ago. And she was telling me how she got baby G picture on the phone. And she shows her little girlfriends, that's my grandbaby. My mom's the bragging type. So that doesn't surprise me at all. And she says how all her friends say, "Oh, he's such a pretty baby." That's all she want to hear. That he a pretty baby. so, so that works for her. That works for her. Yes. Two more payments. Yes, and then we burn that note. Burn it. You know that I'm gonna tell you the. Yeah, it's a lot of improvement. It's a lot of improvement, Shar, with my mom. Because I said a long time ago I just wasn't gonna try, and anymore. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. I wasn't gonna try anymore, and if she wanted a relationship, she was gonna have to do some work, and she's doing the work. I mean, she still got her ways about her. Some of them I still don't like, but it is what it is. She's my mother's 76. She's not gonna change, So I mean, she has said many times that she enjoys talking to me on the phone. I don't know if that has to do with the the use of worthless knowledge that I happen to have stored away in my head. How I told her she wasn't happy with her physician. I told her she probably needs to find herself a DO instead of an MD, because DOs tend to look elsewhere in your body instead of just writing a script. No offense to any MDs who might be watching, but that's been my experience in dealing with primary care physicians. So, um, so she's changing her doctor to a DO, and she was complaining about, you know, I guess some inflammations, arthritis pain, or whatever. And I was giving her the suggestions that my endocrinologist had been given with like the cherry syrup or using turmeric and apple cider vinegar, turmeric, black pepper, cinnamon, those kind of mixes and stuff. Thank you, Rachel. It's grown. My hair looks like it's grown a lot. I don't know that it's really grown. It's definitely gotten thicker. When I go to the hairdresser, she tends to trim the hell out of it, so it never feels like it's getting much longer. To me, but I did just get it done last Friday, so she doing all right now. I love my turned 69 last week, and she's just now starting to say I love you fairly frequently. They're old dogs, very few tricks left in them. Absolutely, absolutely. And I think given enough time around my mom, that stuff that I don't like will still be there. It'll still be there. It'll come out, and it's like, old dogs never change. So I just I take each conversation for what it is. I take each conversation for what it is. I just you know, as long as it's a nice conversation, I don't mind. I still find hesitation in sharing things with her, but that's something that's gonna have to take time. You know, that's just gonna have to take time. I don't know how much time that's gonna take. I don't want, you know, my mother, she's elderly. I don't want my mother to pass and we just, it just be ill will, I don't have any ill will for my mom. I love my mom. She's my mom. I just don't like her sometimes, and we could say that about a lot of people. I didn't get to choose her as my mom. It just so happened that way. But also, I'm an Aries. She's an Aries. Those we're Rams and we're very stubborn. So I get that about her because I get that about me, and it's crazy because I'll take pictures. I'll see pictures of myself, and I go, oh, there's Shirley. I see my mother in me a lot, and then sometimes it makes me mad, and then sometimes it's kind of just okay. Like, oh gosh, I look like my mom so much, you know. But I don't know. In general, it's it's fine. It's fine. I'm glad she's happy about the baby. um, yeah, my mom's birthday and my birthday is literally 5 days apart. So we are Aries to the core. So it's tough. Um, let me see. You don't like her. Yeah, yeah. That I mean, my therapist has said my mother has a mental illness. Narcissism is a mental illness. That self-absorbedness, and all of that. And unfortunately, she's so narcissistic that she'll never think anything is wrong with her. So it's not going to get resolved, right? So it is what it is. All right, Deidre. Ooh, beef ribs. Yes, yes, yes. Kiss, kiss from Deidre. He's like, okay. All right, Deidre. Catch you later. Enjoy them beef ribs, man. Ooh, that sounds good. But yeah, so it's been good. She's excited. And I will say, she even mentioned Baby G having a little sister on the last conversation. So that was a little surprising to hear from her. But I mean, shoot, from her mouth to God's ears, he'll get a little sister. Yeah, yeah, she's very fanatical, about her religion. Some people can be in their religion and be okay, and and then some people are very fanatical, and what do you do? What do you do? So she's a fanatic. I know she's a fanatic. The good thing is I know what to expect from her. So that makes her very predictable for me. You know, that makes her very, very predictable. So At least I'm not surprised. You know, no, not all of them, Miss Lex. Not all of them. I still talk to a few. Not all of them are as fanatical. Like even when I was upset about the baby shower and stuff, I'm in constant contact with some sisters from the hall, not my hall, but from the hall that my sister went to, and she would have come to the baby shower for her own reasons. So a lot of it, I think, there are a lot of rules, but a lot of them are personal choice. And sometimes not even sometimes, all the times, the fanatical J Dubs take these rules and they take them hard faced when they're really just personal choices. You can choose to do what you want to do. It's not that big of a deal. You don't have to not go or what have you. But what I will say is that over the years, I have found that some of the rules that were originally personal choice have become all of a sudden not personal choice anymore, which I take issue with. So, it is. You never met one who wasn't. Well, I was never fanatical, but then, look at me. I'm probably not the best example. Oh, your mom's a deaconess. Yeah, I mean, my grandmother was not J Dub, but she was um, a reverend of her own church, very fanatical about her beliefs. So I think there are fanatics in every religion, and it's going to be what it's going to be. We all just have to learn to respect each other and the beliefs. I've learned to let go of the hope that my mom and I will have a loving relationship. Sometimes this is the only way we can keep our sanity. Yeah, sometimes, Mona, distance and small doses. Sometimes people you can only stand in small doses. So nobody's saying that you can't enjoy your mother for a few hours at a family event where you can get a break from her with other family members. Pardon me, but if you had to be stuck, with her for 5 days on a vacation in the same hotel room, that's a whole other story. So, I mean, I get it. I get it. And I've got siblings that I could only stand in small doses. So, um, have a blessed day too, Deidre. So, it's nothing wrong with saying I can only stand this person or this kind of person in small doses. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, you see Oreo? Cat. He's over here, baby. Look this way. Cat. Say cat. Cat. Sometimes he says it, sometimes he doesn't. Cat. You see cats? Where'd he go? Oreo? I don't know. Cat. Come here, Oreo. Cat. Say cat. 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 Gato. Gato. Negro y blanco. Black and white cats. Gato. No. Yeah. He's so. This is the only way to keep your sanity with family. Put this on my IG. Yes. I'm telling you. Listen. The best thing I could have done was moved 1,000 miles away from mine. Okay. It was the only way to maintain sanity. Was to move this far away. Right? Right? I don't have nobody bothering me. Wanting to be in my business left and right. Although when I come around, I get it. But small doses, small doses. You're Hi Alicia. You're an inspiration. I'm 35 and I'm starting my fertility journey as I am choosing to be a single mom. Thank you for your videos. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Anything from my ex best friend? Nope, nothing. Any random out of the blue contact from her? Nope, not since. I think the last time I mentioned she called, but I didn't answer because I was doing my taxes, and she let my godson leave a voice message. Nothing since then. I didn't return the call. I don't feel the need to return a call just to say you're welcome for a gift that I sent you a month ago. So, no, but I haven't heard anything from her. I will say that her fiance, we are still connected on Facebook. We're still connected on Instagram. No likes, no comments. That's fine. I will say her fiance is very adamant about, I guess, liking and or commenting on the few posts that I put on Facebook, way more than he ever did. And their baby just turned 7, 6, 7. I'm so bad with birthdays, but so they've been together for a while, and he's never like been on my posts like that. I think that's his way of maybe trying to keep us connected. Again, I wish her no ill will. It's just a shame because we both have sons now, and I guess I expected us to kind of share in the motherhood, kind of things, but I don't know. It seems like she felt her way, and I felt mine. We both think we're right, and you know, unless somebody humbles themselves. But at this point, I just feel like if your beef was with me, it was with me. If you want to not unfriend me, if I post a picture of the baby and only the baby, you intentionally are not liking it because you're mad at me. Like, that is what came out of her mouth. So I don't think that's right. Her taking it out on my son. And she hasn't acknowledged my son since he's been born. He's about to be 1 soon. So that's a lot. And that says a lot to me. But I also have a sister who has yet to acknowledge my son, not in pregnancy, not in birth, and not in life at all yet. And her only son, got married via a Zoom wedding. And but it's crazy because she talks to other people about me, but she says nothing to me. Not even a quick message to say, "Oh, I heard you had a baby. Congratulations!" Like, and that's my own blood sister. So it's like, if my sister can be that way, what can I expect from somebody who's not blood related to me, regardless of how long I've known them? It's sad, but what can I do? At this point, I have to think about myself and what my priorities are in life and not give too much energy to it. So I don't, I did that live. I purged it. That was me purging it. This is done. It's over. I'm good. So I'm done crying about it. I'm done grieving the loss of this friendship. I just have to move on and take the steps and make the effort to build new relationships. And I think it's hard for me to do that. I don't keep a lot of people super close to me, and it's really difficult for me to let people in. I do have trust issues. I can admit to that. So it's just, I don't know. It's hard, and making new friends, like super super close friends, is like dating. I hate it. I hate it because dating is like applying for a job, going on job interviews. I hate that. I hate all of that. So it's just, you know, it's just hard. It's just hard, and I'm trying to I don't want to say I'm trying to get past it because I'm past it, but I'm trying to move on, and kind of fill these spaces in my life. Because the truth of the matter is, we are single moms by choice, but it doesn't mean that we don't need help. When they say it takes a village to raise children, it does. Can it be done completely on? Nobody can do it completely by themselves. Everybody gets help one way or the other from somewhere, whether they're paying for the help, um, or what. Like, uh, I I was watching a video, and I follow this girl. What the heck is her name? I cannot think of her name. She's got twin boys and she's got an older boy. But I follow her, and they're based out of Houston. And she recently posted a video. You know, she's married, but her husband works, and she basically posted a video. The title of her video was "I'm a single mom too," and I didn't. The only issue I had with what she was saying is that, she was saying, oh, single moms think that because I'm married, I get all this help from my husband. I don't have that expectation. I know that there are plenty of husbands or partners who are not as present in the children's lives as, the caretaking parent would like them to be. Um, but it's really not the same. Like she was trying to say, it's exactly the same. From a parenting level, yeah, it's very similar. You're not getting much help. You don't have any help elsewhere. Um, but the baby's shaking the table. Sorry about the camera shaking. But there is some financial stability there with your husband. Like, she chose to be a stay-at-home mom for this part of her life, and it's like, girl, you are not going to find a stay-at-home single mom. You know what I'm saying? Unless the baby daddy is very well off and actually makes their child support payments. You're never going to find a stay-at-home single mom. You know, all the single moms who are truly single moms, not married, I don't want to say truly single moms, but all the single moms, whether by choice or by chance, we out here working. We're the financial provider, we're the emotional provider. Yes, some single moms get child support, some don't. The ones that do get child support, that support is minuscule or late or just missing altogether. That I guess every little bit helps, but it's almost an insult to injury. I had a girlfriend when she was getting child support, $25 a month. What is $25 a month doing? Like, yeah, he paying child support, but it's $25 a month. I couldn't eat lunch on $25 a month these days. So it's like, to say, oh, well, some single moms get child support, so there's some financial assistance there. It's not the same. Like, from a life perspective, it's not the same. From a parenting perspective, where you want them to spend more time with the child, or you want them to take the child when they come home from work, but you understand that they're tired, so you keep the child, but you're tired because you had the kid all day. you know I get it. From a parent perspective, you feel like a single mom, but from a life perspective, it's totally different, totally different. And I had to she didn't reply to my comment, but I basically commented her like, listen, I was 7 days postpartum out from a C-section in the Amco getting my transmission fixed. Your husband or any partner worth their weight would never have let that happen. So whether they're contributing in the way that you want is questionable, but they are providing help in one aspect or another that a single mom is likely not getting at all. Hold on, this baby got to a book. Come here. This is not a book you can rip up. Come over here. Come over here. No, no, no. Get over here. Come over here. Everything on this table is not for your enjoyment. So, okay. Him acting up. Y'all can't see him throw a whole temper tantrum, throw his body around because I won't let him do what he wants to do. So this is the phase we're in now. But yeah. So this is hard. Parenting is hard. You're everything to that child when you're the caregiving parent. But when you're single, you don't have somebody else in your household who can, watch the baby for 5 minutes, while you brush your teeth or while you go to the bathroom or while you deal with the backed up plumbing. You know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody to go take your car to get an oil change. Yeah, are there husbands out there that don't want to be home while you grocery shop, so then you gotta take the kids? Yes, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And I tried to be as respectful as I possibly could in my response because I didn't want her to think I was beating her up, but I needed her to understand that from a life perspective, it's not the same. You cannot say it's exactly the same thing. You are not a single mom. And that's all I wanted to say. She didn't respond. So I don't know if she will. She may eventually, but let me see. Oh boy. Maybe another chicken. He doesn't want you to think he's acting funny along with her. Oh, you know what? I'm getting some of these responses late. Hey Arlette, sorry. I'm missing some of these responses. Bye Jake. Have a good life. Um I wouldn't want her watching me. This is yeah, I'm getting all these responses are so late. So I don't see a lot of this stuff. Oh goodness. Give me this. Gimme. No, you can't eat. You can't eat lotion. Lord. So. Okay. Here, you can play with it, but you can't eat it. Okay. All right. I don't, for some reason, I wasn't getting. Hold on. Get over here. I forgot to lock the gate, so you can't go doing. I gotta put the gate in place so he can't just roam around the house. Sorry. All right, let me get back to this chat. Like I was talking the whole time, nothing was coming up. Let's see. Uh, let me see. Lots of chat here. Um. Let me see. So the I think my ex friend's fiance, I think he realizes she can be a bit much and it's not that big of a deal. And he wants us to maintain this friendship. And from what I understand, he's told her a number of times to just call me, and she hasn't. So I don't know. Maybe the fact that I didn't answer the phone when she called, you know, made her a little bit more standoffish, and so she's just waiting for me to call her back. But I don't think that's fair to me. You didn't call with anything to say specifically to me for me to respond to. So I just don't think that that's fair. So, um, let me see. We have another toxic person. Please block him. Yes, he's blocked. Sorry. I don't know why these chats don't come up. It's like they come up for a while and then they just stop. It's so this is so on my nerves. JB, thank you. I can't be anything more than honest. Uh unfriend her. I wouldn't want her watching me. It's funny, Lex, I would prefer that, if she really, really, really didn't want to be bothered with me. Sorry, I'm trying to get the laptop out so I can keep up with these chats. That she would just unfriend me. That's the easiest thing for her to do. I could care less about social media. I don't post on social media very often. So there really isn't much to follow. There's probably more for her to follow on Instagram than there is on Facebook. But I just feel like, if you want to come here, baby, come here. If you want to, be a voyeur to my life, then be a voyeur. I don't live my life for anybody else. So it doesn't bother me. It's not for her validation or approval. I don't require any of that of her. So, if she doesn't, you know, doesn't care to really be a part of my life, maybe at some point I'll go through my social media and clean folks out who I don't want really watching me. But I don't post my whole life on social media, so for me, it doesn't make that big of a deal. If she wants to see the highlights in my life, then by all means, see the highlights. Um, let's see. I'm sorry, these chats I gotta keep scrolling. Uh, let's see. You leveled up and they mad, can't handle your new title, mother. I guess Miss Lex. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's that I'm a mom. I think it's that I found a support system elsewhere. And the reality is I wasn't getting the support I needed from her. So I had to find a support system elsewhere. And I think that made her jealous. See, you hear the thunder? Here comes the rain again. So it's unfortunate. Um, it's what am I doing here? Oh, apparently, I was editing a video when I closed this before. Um, it's unfortunate that you know it's this way, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't. Uh, you know, I don't know what's going on in her brain. She chose not to. You know, really explain what's happening. Let's see. Yes, her loss. I agree. When people leave your life, it's God's protection. Don't take it personal. We live amongst a lot of sick people. Hey, Deandra. I didn't see you come in. Hey. Um, thanks, Arlette. I don't know what Jake Finch was saying. I blocked him before I saw all the extra stuff. I just saw him say ugly baby, and I was like, okay, I'm not even going to address this anymore. But like I said, I'm like behind on the chat. Sure, I'll be your friend. Yeah, you are my friends. You are my friends at a distance. Um, all right, let's see. Blood isn't always thicker than water. No. And you don't deserve that. I'm sorry. You know what? That particular sister, the one that hasn't acknowledged the baby, she kind of lives her life in a way that this is kind of expected of her. So we haven't been talking in general. So I'm not surprised. I did invite her to my Philly shower. She saw the invitation. She didn't respond. I've heard nothing from her. So it's not like she didn't know I was having a baby. I'm sure she's heard when she goes to my mom's house. I'm sure she sees pictures of the baby, and she's just not said anything to me. Now, I did mention to my mom how I've not heard anything from her. It seems like my mom and my other siblings seem to think that she has conversations with me. Oh, did Lena tell you this? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, I haven't talked to her. She hasn't even acknowledged my baby. And my mom's like, that's not right. So, did you poopy? You see him smile. Did you poopy? I think you poopy. Mommy smells like you poopy, baby. Yeah. When people put you in a box and they're involved, they can't handle it. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I'll try. So much time went by. They didn't expect her to become a mother. They can't handle the new reality. You know what? My immediate family didn't know. My ex-friend, I honestly believe that was part of it. That it took me almost 2 years, and she thought it wouldn't happen. And right when it did, she was asking me how much money I spent and on all of that good stuff. Like, you wasting your money, you wasting your time. So I think that was also part of it, that she, and at first she kept saying, "Oh, your baby's going to come. Don't worry, it's going to happen for you." And then all of a sudden that stopped. And then I think some of her true feelings started to seep through, when she realized I started getting another whole other support system. So, and I think it actually happening was kind of like, oh, there you go, my face. She actually got pregnant. So, um, yeah, let's see. Just because the spouse doesn't do his part doesn't mean you're single. Yes, this old tired argument comparison of single parenthood versus together, but feeling single. Yes, yes. How does she think she's able to be a stay-at-home mom without a husband if he isn't participating as a parent? That's another issue. Exactly. He just cussed you all the way out. Let me delusion. No, no. Then I'll be in the ER. Okay. That's silly. Pretending your baby doesn't exist. How old is she? My sister? Oh God, my sister is, bless you, baby. That sister is what, 14 years older than me? So she over 50, girl. She pushing 55. I don't understand why people do what they do. Um, I don't understand. Just grown people acting a fool is all I can say. Grown people acting a fool, because that's all I can say. That's all I can say. Grown people acting a fool. Let me see. Alright, let me see if I can come in here. Yes. Yes. Let's see if mommy can get on here and keep up with these chats, because my phone is not. Did you poopy? You smell? Look. I was just talking to the sit up. Did you poopy? Did you poopy? Huh? Did you poopy? Usually he laughs. I think you poopy. Oh yeah. He had prunes this morning, y'all. So it's working through him. Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. Oh yeah, you did. Let's see what mommy got without having to go too far to change you. Um. All right, y'all. Give me a second to get him a diaper and some wipes, because this is like the most vocal he is when he poops. All right, give me a second. Oh Lord. Where are your diapers? I don't know, diapers in here. You want to walk for the people? Go ahead and walk. Go ahead and walk for the people. Come on. Okay. Back in action. All right. Come here, you. Come here. You don't want me. Come here. Come on. And lay down. Let me see. Welcome to the Tyler years. I know. Boy. It's like he likes to run around, right? The problem is when he runs around unrestricted, he gets himself in trouble. So that's the problem. I can't do the trouble. I don't want to do the trouble. So I'm trying to keep him out of trouble. Hey, Arlette. Yeah, I know. I just came on all impromptu. It wasn't scheduled. I just figured let me do it while it's still light outside and not raining. It's raining now. So I'm glad we're back in the house. And I'm just trying to catch everybody up. I still got months to catch y'all up on actual films, videos, but yeah, so it's just what you doing? What are you doing? That's all that's extra. Ooh, that's a poopy baby. Yeah. That was a good poopy for mommy, yeah? That was a good poopy. I'm sorry, y'all. But I gotta congratulate him. I will say though that when he does soil himself, not wet, but when he soils himself, he, especially if he's in confinement, he will call to me to get out of confinement to have his diaper changed. So I think living your life how you want and being happy is very triggering for those who aren't. That's a you, girl. I need you to. I need you to say that again, okay? I'm not gonna say that my sister or my ex friend are not happy in their lives, but clearly they missing something, right? I'm not. I don't want to say they're not happy, but leave me alone. What I got to do with you and what's going on in your life? Like, why I can't do me? Like, it's okay for you to do you, but it's not okay for me to just do me. I don't. What I spent to get my baby here is of no consequence to you. Like, I didn't ask you to contribute. I didn't. Oh, I lost my connection for a little bit. I guess the weather. I didn't ask you to contribute to the journey. Like, I couldn't afford it on my own, and I'm not asking you to contribute to his daycare. I didn't ask you to come watch him for me or anything like that. So I don't understand why you have such an issue with what I spent to become a mom. If that's how I wanna or how I choose to use my funds. So you decided to what? Buy an extra vehicle, buy, you know, what you like to buy, shoes, purses, whatever the case may be. You buy what you like to buy. I spent my money trying to have a kid, so I don't understand why that's such a big deal to you. Maybe you're considering doing something similar, but you're wondering how much it cost me, like if you're worth it. Like, I was watching Teen Mom OG, and they already have one child, which they placed for adoption. They have one daughter that they placed for adoption. They have two additional daughters, and her husband wants a son. So they don't want to do it naturally, even though they're perfectly fine doing it naturally. They want to do, family. What do they call it? Family. I don't want to call it family selection, but it's kind of like family completion or whatever, where they want to go. We're thinking about going through IVF to choose a boy, right? And they went and did this consult, and the doctor was like, "Oh, it can cost, 20, 25 grand," and she says, "I ain't spending 25 grand on a kid." I think that was a little insensitive. Thank you, JP. I think that was a little insensitive to those of us who have to go that route. But her perspective is very different from ours, right? She's perfectly fine making kids on her own. If she doesn't, and it's not like family balancing. Thank you, Nikki Colley. Thank you. I, they perfectly have the means. They've been on this show for 10 years. They're making plenty of money from the show, so it's not like they don't have the means. I mean, she went out and bought a teacup pig that she then was overwhelmed with. She went out and bought a horse for herself. Her husband was like, we spending all this money on a horse. She went out and bought a horse for her daughter, but you didn't want to spend 25 grand on a kid, which is, I would think, a little bit more important than so. But I get it. I'm not gonna spend 25 grand on a kid if I can just make one naturally. I guess I would have that perspective too. But when you're not in that position, it sounds like a lot of money, but it's really about where your priorities are. Hey, Kimmy. Hey, Tamika and Baby G. So great to see you both. I haven't been on here in such a long time. Praying that both of you are doing amazing. Thank you. MTV really should pull the plug on that show. They're in their 30s. No, I don't think so, because some of them are still having babies. Team mom, too. Kaylin's pregnant with her fourth kid. I don't even know if it's the same baby daddy as her last one. I feel like it's the same baby daddy as her last one. She got three. But I don't know. I like watching them. So, I, you know, I don't know. Come here, Jaden. Jaden. Baby. We're not going to play with that book because you like to rip paper. You can only play with board books, not regular books. Come here. Come here. Mommy's calling you. Come here. Mommy doesn't like the selective amnesia. Amnesia. This is selective hearing. We don't like that. Yo, you're laughing at me. It's not funny. Come here. Come here. He wants me to yell at him because that's the only time I can really get his attention. Come here, baby. Come here. You'll make me go get him. Helps me feel like I'm doing okay. I think we're all doing okay but you know what? They're doing okay considering where they started. You know what I'm saying? they're doing okay. I think the MTV money helps. If they didn't have MTV money, maybe not so much. Come here. Come here. No. We're not going back there. Sorry, y'all. I gotta chase him before he run into a whole other room. I don't have a barrier over there. Yes. No, you want to run around over here. There you go. I'm telling you. Selective amnesia. Not amnesia, I meant. You know what I meant. But yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like people who haven't had to be in this position of doing fertility treatments and don't have to be, like, they don't need IVF. They want to do IVF. So it's just, they wanted to do it for their family balancing, and the price tag was too steep. So they don't want to spend that kind of money on a maybe, because it is a maybe. Who's to say they won't get all girl embryos? And then what happens? Then it was just a waste. They're not going to have any of those babies. And it's possible, they could have saved that money and just had the next baby. Yeah, he's so big. He's so big now, Cammy. He will be 11 months tomorrow. 11 months tomorrow. So now he's playing with his toys. You'll probably hear random singing and noises from here on out. He who knows it feels it. Yeah. I don't know. So, I don't like to judge anybody and how they choose to, um, you know, make their family. So it's just, I feel like when I watch TV, there is so much, there's so, maybe it's just because I've gone through it, or because I've been through it, or because I'm in it, that I'm now seeing so much about infertility. People seem to be doing, IVF, whether it's to freeze their eggs or actually have babies. Like, I'm a reality TV junkie. And I've also noticed a trend on YouTube as well, being a YouTuber. And it seems like TTC has started trending, right? So now it just seems like people who've been doing other things on their channels all of a sudden are doing or having TTC journeys on their channels as well. And I watch Vanderpump Rules, and it's a girl on there who's like going through, she's freezing her eggs um, because she's getting older. And hold on, I gotta plug this phone up. And she's sharing, apparently she has a YouTube channel as well. I don't follow it, I don't know, I've never watched it. But she's sharing her a freezing journey on YouTube as well. It's just like, okay, you already have a following being on this reality TV show. I don't know what you're doing on YouTube, I guess, trying to make multiple streams of income, I guess, for herself. And I guess TTC or IVF or anything related to eggs and uteruses seems to be what's happening out here these days. So you figured you'd share this journey as well. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being super sensitive, but I kind of feel like more and more people are trying to go this way because it's trending. It seems to be big. I'm seeing more and more shows that are starting to have these storylines of IVF and fertility. Not that this didn't exist in shows previously, but it just seems like it's a lot more prevalent these days. So, almost like, when the movement for, LGBT to be legal, those marriages to be legal, um, there seemed to be a lot more representation of that on television where when things become more, I guess, socially agreeable, you start seeing a lot more of it on TV. There was a time, and maybe I'm aging myself, but there's a time on TV where you might see two women kissing, but now there's a lot more on television of two men kissing and rolling around in a bed and that kind of thing. So, well, my phone's not charging. I got like 2%. I don't want it to drop on you. Okay, 3%. There we go. So I just feel like the same thing is happening with fertility. I guess talking about fertility is becoming more socially acceptable, and that's great. And so we're seeing a lot more representation of it. But I don't know. What I don't like is the possible exploitation of it because you got people who have these like lifestyle channels um who've been doing this for however long, maybe trying to get more followers, now all of a sudden wanting to do a TTC journey or something like that. So that's a little odd for me. I mean, but if it's something you're really going through in your life, and you're just sharing your life, okay, I'm cool with it. But if it's something that you probably wouldn't have normally shared on your YouTube channel, but because it's trendy, um, now all of a sudden you're sharing, I think that will show. I think that will show because the people who are not doing it for real probably are not going to um, show the nitty gritty of it, you know? Representation breeds normalizing, plus those families are also boosting the representation of alternative fertility routes as well. Yes, yes. And I just wanted to be more authentic, and I can't say whether these people are authentic or not because I don't follow them in general. I'm just noticing a trend and an uptick in other people, doing this kind of thing. Like I didn't necessarily start my YouTube channel because I wanted to do a TTC channel. I'm not trying to become like a YouTube star. I'm not, like, apparently being an influencer is a career goal these days. Like, I was just watching, I'm telling you, I'm a reality TV junkie. I was just watching Family or Fiance, and the girl is posting like fitness things on her social media, and she's like, well, that's my career goal. I want to be an influencer. When did, like, who went to career day Who goes to career day and, you know, goes to see how to be an influencer? That's a job now. That's a career goal. So I just kind of feel like people who are trying to boost their following so that they can become an influencer. There's a lot of money to be made. Give me this. You managed to learn how to get this open. You and these teeth. No, we close that. No, don't open it again. Excuse you. I'm getting frustrated. So I don't know. It makes me suspicious. Is all I'm saying. I TTC channels. Not saying there's an uptick in TTC channels, but there's a popularity in them because fertility has become more into the foreground. We're seeing it a lot more on TV shows and things like that. So it's become more of a topic. So, you know, I just hope the people who are doing it are more authentic because there are people out here who are really struggling and are just not necessarily trying to share pain, but want to educate and share experiences. Because I'm going to tell you that I might not have my baby had it not been for other women sharing their experiences. Because there are lots of things that doctors don't tell you, you know, and I would not have known about the why is my brain? I still have mommy brain, y'all. I would not have known about the ERA test if it wasn't for other women sharing their stories. I would not have known about checking my vitamin D if it was not about if the other women were not sharing their stories prior to me. So I think there's definitely a benefit in women sharing their stories, sharing their experience. I just hope that these people who are already out here and are influencers and are pivoting in their channels to kind of share this part of their life, that they're doing it for the right reasons, to educate and to inform. My original goal was to be more of just documentation, more or less for myself. I didn't advertise the channel. I wasn't using hashtags or anything. It wasn't the point for anybody really to find it. It was just kind of like a journal for me so that I could look back onto my journey. I'm so happy that I found other women and that you all found me because this community has been a godsend to me. So um, I'm glad that I did what I did, and I just want to honor this community who's given so much to me by being as honest and open as I can. The management companies like them, it's the whole thing. Yeah, I mean the advertisement and all of that too. You know, on the family vloggers. I don't know. I guess that's cool if you've got interest in life, and then a lot of these vloggers end up getting reality TV shows, and all of that. And having a social media presence is a way to get picked up by certain TV shows if they're looking for a certain audience as well. So I don't know. I guess I can't say. I want to say that the people who get picked up are not necessarily people who are doing it to become influencers, right? They're doing it because this is their life and they're being authentic, and that's what makes them attractive. So for the people who are doing it with the goal to become an influencer and to, make money from it, I don't know that it's possible to really be successful that way. Um, no matter the algorithm, right? Because if you're trying to beat an algorithm or work with an algorithm that's constantly changing, it's a whole lot of work. And I think it takes away from the authenticity. And I think people are drawn to authenticity. Unfortunately, when you hit a niche audience, that doesn't tend to lend you that many people, so it can be difficult to make money that way. But I get it for people who need to make money that way because they're trying to find another stream of income, or they're just trying to find a way to survive in life in general. I just think, this generation that's being raised, uh, it's they don't want to work. I feel like they don't want to work. It's all about quick money, quick money, quick money. How do I get rich quick? How do I make this dollar? I want to do whatever it takes to get this many followers because I can make bank from that, and they lose a lot of integrity, I think, in that process. So I don't know. It's hard, y'all. I didn't mean to turn it into all of this, but yeah. What were we talking about again? I got so off track. Um, but I'm glad that the fertility struggle is getting a lot more attention, though. I am glad about that. I think more women should be vocal about having to go through it. It's not a shameful thing. It's a very difficult thing to go through without the right support group. So I'm glad that I hope what comes out of all of this is that the next generation is more aware of their options, so that they're not waiting um, until 35, where you're kind of at the end of the line, and can fall off the cliff at any moment with your fertility to decide to have a child this way. It's more important to, I guess, if you're not focusing on family, to focus on career and being able to be established so that you can afford to go this route, whether you have insurance or not. At the end of the day, the goal is to get a baby. Babies are, children are not cheap. So you need to be able to afford said child, whatever comes out of that. So there's all of that too. I just want the next generation to understand that is not as simple as they make it seem in health class to have a baby. That for some people it is incredibly difficult, and you shouldn't wait forever to do it if being a mother is a life goal. I follow a semi-small YouTuber, 20,000 subs, and he disclosed last week that he makes 4 to 10,000 a month on sponsorships. I was shocked there. I can only imagine what the larger channels make. Yeah, and we're not talking about the advertisements on his channel, right? Because you need a lot of views, right, to make money that way. We're talking things he's paid to say in videos, or things he's paid to post to get in front of all these people, right? So he's making money that way. And there's a lot of money to be made. You get that many people who could potentially see your post, your video. We're talking Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of money to be made with that. A lot of money. Not all YouTubers focus on sponsored content. True. True. So, I mean, AdSense revenue can be tough. And from what I understand, YouTube takes a lot of it. So, we'll be striving to be an influencer because there's tons of money to be made. But I agree with you that it does need to be authentic. Exactly. I don't want you to be posting about a topic because you think it'll bring you more followers so you can make that much more money as an influencer. I don't like that. If it's something you're truly going through in your life, then okay. I don't want you to take something like that lightly. Like, okay, I have the money to go through and say, freeze my eggs so that I'm not, out here, trying to have a baby, um, at 40 and struggling with it, or even later, I want to freeze my eggs now, this is that and the other, because I think Sheena Shay, she's in her 30s. I don't know exactly. Get off that book. You know exactly how to get my attention, don't you? I'm not laughing. Come here. He goes over there and he fans the book and he looks at me and laughs because he wants my attention. Come here. Come here. If you rip that book, we're going to have a serious problem. No, because you're trying to rip it. No. Leave it alone. Come on. Come here. No, sir. No, sir. I don't want you over there anyway. You want to be everywhere mommy doesn't want you to be. I'm telling you, y'all. This boy is exhausting. Yes, play with the board book. That way you can't rip the pages so easy. Yeah. So I don't know, y'all. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough out here. It's tough out here. Don't get me wrong. If you do manage to have, a huge following, make that money because this process ain't cheap. Make that money. If it'll help fund your process, by all means. Anything that helps you get to your end goal, but as long as it's authentic. Yeah. Rain, go away. Rain, go away. Come again another day. Yeah. He likes to eat the books now. But yeah. So what are you guys up to these days? I know we've been on here for like 2 hours and 37 minutes. What are you guys up to? Because that's all I got. I'm exhausted, winded, and everything. How's everything going? Everybody being safe and healthy? Anybody been able to do anything fun with all that's going on in the world today? I think there's like a serious delay with this phone. Takes a while. Yeah. 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 Okay. No, nobody's doing anything fun. Or is the chat just that delayed? Goodness me. We all just hanging out. What are we doing this weekend? A new job that I'm already. Oh no. Oh gosh, sure. You ready to quit because the people are crazy? It's not what you expected. Celebrating 42nd birthday on the 17th. Oh, happy birthday, Kimmy. Tanti auguriate. That's how you say happy birthday in Italian. Making more than ever, but they want my soul for it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I hear that. All money ain't good money, Char. All money ain't good money. No. I know that's right. I'm just trying to keep my head above water. When people say, how you doing? Keeping my head above water. Making a wave when I can. Oh, happy belated birthday, Char. I don't know how to say happy belated in Italian. Oh. Took my baby and my family to the zoo only to get there and it be closed due to bad air quality. Are you on the West Coast, Deandra? Ugh, I know with the fires out there, the air quality is not so great. I guess it's not just the West Coast, right? There's some stuff going on in like Colorado and whatnot too. Ugh. Staying close to home, potty training, yes. I think I think I'm just gonna pull the potty out. Seattle, yeah. I think I'm gonna pull the potty out for baby G and let him get used to it being around, and maybe going and sitting on it, even if he's not pulling his diaper off, because he's been pulling his diaper off, like off. I leave him in his playpen. I go make bottles. I come out. He's stark naked. So, uh, no, baby, no, Lord. Hi, Oreo. We're not playing with that. Let's see. Been taking my toddler to the playground daily, and she goes to daycare full time. I thought about taking her to the zoo, but then I was like, nope, it would be too exhausting. Oh, hot. I know the West Coast has been really hot too. Maybe let him see you use it. He does see me use the toilet. Sometimes he doesn't want to be put down. He screams hysterically, so I literally have to take him with me. So, and he sits in my lap. It's difficult. Give me the remote.
It went from being an arc to straight down. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
None of those.
We're turning the TV on. Sorry, y'all. Right. So I just he definitely sees me go. Um I don't know that he understands that that's a toilet, but I do say to him, "Mommy has to potty," so he can associate that with me going. Sometimes I'll put him down to go, and he just screams bloody. He just screams bloody murder. So to avoid the screaming of bloody murder first thing in the morning, and I just really don't want to deal with it, I'll take him with me. But I don't want to take him with me though. I just feel like taking him with me is like bringing food into the bathroom. I don't know. I don't want to take him. mm, I know. And I just want him to be like independent. Here, play a little while. But he's in this phase where if I walk out the room, he goes ballistic, So, but I can drop him off at the sitter. He could care less about me dropping him off. So I haven't had a screaming episode of him being dropped off just yet. And he's not enthusiastic to see me when I pick him up either. So I guess that is what it is. I get so jealous because some of the other kids, there's this one dad that picks up his little girl around the same time that I pick him up. Sometimes I beat him there, sometimes he beats me there. And a lot of times I'm putting baby G in the car, and then he comes up and his daughter is like, yay! I look at baby G like, how come I don't get no greeting like that? I'm jealous. Where's all the excitement to see me after a long day? He could care less. I'm tap dancing and doing all kinds of tricks when the door open. He's just like, okay, what else? So I don't know. I got the body here. I need to find a place to put it, and then when did baby G start walking? When did he start walking? He wasn't even 10 months when he took his first step. Or was he? He was just about to turn 10 months. He's going to be 11 months. So he's been walking. It was a very quick progression. It's like he took his first couple steps. In less than 2 weeks, he was full on walking. So, but he's been practicing. He's been practicing to take these steps for a long time. With his walker, he would push that walk. He was basically running with the push walker. It was just a matter of him getting the balance right to take the steps. But I didn't have to practice with him. He practiced all on his own. Oh my gosh, UPP. UPP, I'll tell you, you make water like crazy. You make water like a fountain boy. My daughter was like that. Yeah, so he he didn't lack confidence. He was he would get to a standing position and like stand there with a wide stance for a few seconds, and it just seemed like that got longer and longer and longer. So he wasn't lacking in confidence at all. It was just a matter of him, you know, kind of just going, okay, I can stand. I just need to take that step. And he took 2 steps without falling. And I think I noticed that he was gonna be like walking because he would sidestep the couch while holding on, and he would sidestep the gates while holding on. And I watched him do that a number of times and be pretty fast at it. And I think this one time I watched him walk along the couch, patting the couch like this, not really holding on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's gonna be walking in like no time. And it might have been another day or so that he took. Um, I think another day or so, I was on the phone, and I think he was walking towards me. I wasn't really paying attention, but I think he took maybe a step and a half towards me before he had a hand on me. And I was like, did you just take a step? I don't know. That might have been a half a step, or it might have been a step and a half. I can't remember. But I want to say not even a week after that, he took his first 2 steps, and then in less than 2 weeks he was just full on walking. And now what he does is he paces. He kind of like walks back and forth. He spins on a dime, literally spins on one leg, turns around, and walks the other way. He just kind of paces, and he thinks it's funny. Like you hear him laughing. He's just walking back and forth. It's just funny. It's funny to watch. But it just means he gets where he's going that much faster, and he's getting in trouble. He's reaching for everything now. Reaching for everything. He's pulled the car seat down off the chair, messing with that. On top of him, fortunately, it doesn't weigh very much. Um, he's pulled the vacuum cleaner on top of him. You gotta keep an eye. I gotta keep an eye on him. And people wonder why I try to keep him in confinement, but I don't want him to be confined. I do want him to run around, but I gotta restrict him. So he's not ready to just roam the house just yet. Between all the things cats leave around, um, and everything I've left around. So it's this the house is not child proof. But I keep saying my niece's daughter, Kennedy, that she survived it. So he'll survive. And I feel like I'm getting older every time I get up off the floor. And it's one thing I noticed he this is something I was worried about for a while because he wasn't really mocking, but he does mock me way more often now. And I noticed that when I get up, I grunt. Right? Listen, I'm 40. It's a lot harder to get up off this floor than it has been in previous years. And so I'm always like, ugh, ugh, ugh. So he you hear? He mocks that. Or if I'm cleaning out my nose and I go so he mocks that. So he's like mocking so much now. So I really have to be careful of my ratchet. So it's probably a good thing there's not that much reality TV going on because well, Lord only knows what he would be picking up. And I feel like I grunt when I get up, and so he kind of like grunts, and so I'm just like, wow, that sounded just like me. Yeah, yeah. Lord. So I figure I do it way too often if he's mocking me. Now, the only thing we haven't been able to get him to do really is clap. It's not that he can't clap. He can totally clap. He just doesn't want to. So he was messing with something and I was yelling at him and he pushed it to the floor and I was like, no, no, no. And I was coming to him and he just started clapping like this. And I'm like, oh, now you want to clap. I'm not saying yay. When I was saying yay, you didn't want to clap. Now that you're doing something bad, you want to clap. This is a problem. This is a problem. So it's not that he can't clap, he just doesn't because he doesn't want to. I guess it's not his thing. Uh-uh. Come on, you all in the camera. Let's move the baby head. Yeah. So he just, I don't know. He's on his own wavelength. And so I'm trying not to, oh, that the tired baby yawn. I'm trying not to get too caught up in what he's doing versus what he's not doing. He's doing so much ahead of schedule that these sort of like little things, it's not that he can't move his arms, he just doesn't want to. And if you clap with him, he'll smile. He understands it's a happy thing, but he just doesn't want to do it. Oh, are you clapping? Ouch. Ooh, and this big head he likes to drop on me. I'm probably gonna have a broken nose or a chipped tooth or a missing tooth in a minute. You want to clap? Clap. Let's clap with mommy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. You were just clapping. Now you don't want to clap? Okay. Show off. But like if I hit the couch, stop. If I hit the couch, he'll hit the couch. So he's perfectly capable of clapping or mimicking. He just does it when he wants to do it. So I just realized he's on his own wavelength and let him do what he wants to do, what he feels like doing. I've read plenty of things that babies tend to do what they're most interested in first, especially when it comes to milestones. So not every baby is going to do the same thing. And it was worrying me because I'm just like, 3-month-old babies clap. Like he never clapped. And he didn't mimic for a long time. Like he wouldn't mimic sounds. But now he mimics sounds. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he has a little bit of a delay with the mimicking and the clapping. But I don't know that that's a delay at all. Just whether he chooses to do it or not. Right? 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 Yeah? Give mommy a kiss. Kisses for mommy. Besos. Besos. Thank you. Thank you. The sitter works on him with the besos, so he understands besos means kiss. Besos para mama. Besos. Yeah. So I told her to speak all the Spanish she can. Yeah, just in his own time, Kimmy. So I'm trying not to stress too much about the fact that he doesn't do it and other babies, younger babies, can do it. Sometimes when the Healthy Start lady comes with her little list and she asks questions, oh, does he help you put on his clothes? Well, define help. Like, does he push his arm through? I don't know, but he doesn't fight me. It's not like he's trying to pull his arm back. So does that mean anything? I don't know. He helps me when he's taking his clothes off. I don't know. Is it a milestone to help me put his clothes on? I don't know. You know, you get asked these questions and you don't respond in a way that, I mean, they wouldn't be asking the question if it wasn't something that he should be able to do. And, you know, I think they make you worry for no good reason. Let me see if y'all can get a gander of him like walking. Don't mind the messiness behind the gate. Come here. So he has this little dump truck. Jadon. I don't know. While he's playing, I'm not gonna bother him. but y'all got to see him walk a little bit. Yeah. So I don't know. He's my miracle baby, and I think he's super smart if he can figure out how to, or try to figure out how to break out of the gating system. Sounds like a smart baby to me. Just saying. Just saying. Because he's figured out that if I don't set this up just right, he can push past the gate and get where he wants to go. The sitter has told me he's been trying to figure out how to get out of his gating system over there. So, and I've actually seen him on this particular gating system. All of the panels are like doors. So there's a button that makes it come apart. And I have seen him hit the button from inside when it is connected, hit the button trying to get out. Now, there are 6 panels, which means there are one, two, three, four, 5 buttons. And he only hits the button that I open every time when I open it. I have not seen him try to hit any of the other 4 buttons. So he's definitely watching, he's paying attention, and he's trying to figure it out. Like, how can I get out of here? He's planning his escape, though. So he's planning his escape. Yeah. Hey, 8-Bit Breeze. Thank you. Thank you. At the end of this live, you catch the beginning. Give an in-depth look. And then somewhere, like right before I come into the house, if you fast forward, I showed some of the embellishments on the vehicle. Yeah. I forgot to mention that I also got some blinged out plate frames, but they're not on the car yet. So I'm waiting for the registration for my plate, for the back plate, and then I'm waiting for a vanity plate to come before I put it on the front. So, but yes, all will know that a queen drives that car, not a king. Oh my goodness, look at his beautiful hair. Oh, those little curls. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was playing in his hair today. So I don't know. It's not long enough. I can't, or maybe it's just so soft. His hair is still so soft, so it's hard to grip to braid. And they unravel pretty quickly. So I just have to wait for his hair to get a little bit more texture, which I'm sure it probably will, and longer. So I can maybe work a few braids in here while the rest of it grows in. So, but it's just so soft, it just doesn't. It's like I comb it and it curls up by the end of the day. Do you have to do a retrieval when you start TTCing again? Nope, I have to do a retrieval. Got to start from scratch. And yes, I do want a girl. The ideal would be 1 boy, 1 girl. But if you've been following my journey from the beginning, of the 6 embryos that I had to be PGS tested, only 1 was a girl. All the other 5 were boys. The 1 girl was my normal embryo that I transferred the first time that did not take. So I guess it wasn't meant for me to have a girl as my first child. But it kind of makes sense because I already had baby G's embryo. I already had it. But that embryo was a stronger embryo and better graded than baby G. So baby G was a day 6 4BB, and the other embryo was a day 5 5A. So just didn't take. So I'm hoping that hey, Destin for Greatness. I'm hoping that even if I have to switch REs, that what we've learned in the last 2 embryo transfers can carry over. I'm not looking to veer. Oh, that's my niece again. I'm not looking to veer from that process at all. And I guess I have to decide how I want to do it because I did have what could be considered an endometrial scratch before his transfer. I didn't have that before the first transfer. I also didn't have the Lovenox before the first transfer. I do believe the first transfer tried to implant, but that my progesterone was just not high enough because I was on a suppository instead of injectable progesterone. So I don't know what to take. I would have to talk to whatever doctor to see what that process would look like for embryo transfer. But I certainly do want to do PGS testing again, not just to make sure that it's a girl, but just to make sure that I have chromosomally normal embryos because I had so many and I didn't seem to have a reserve issue, but I did have happen to have a quality issue. So I'm nervous because I'm now older. I was Those were 38-year-old eggs. This will be almost 41-year-old eggs. So I'm hoping that my vitamin D being better. I know what supplements that I was taking at the time that I did those transfers. I can go back to those. I can take them for 3 months plus. I'm going to start all of this stuff. I'm going to start in October in preparation because I have to get back to my supplements because once he turns a year, I'm going to stop trying to breastfeed. It's already a struggle because I ain't got much. So Arlette, the plan is next year to start with the retrieval because I have a deductible. I have a deductible now. Thanks to Baby G, that deductible is $3,000. So it does not make sense for me to try to do a retrieval now and or at the end of this year and then PGS testing and all of that and end up having to do a transfer next year because I would end up paying out of pocket for most of both of them, right? I'm not anywhere close to hitting my deductible for this year. Only because most of his visits to the doctor have been routine, so they're 100% covered. And I haven't really been to the doctor this year, so I'm nowhere near close to that. So I just want to make sure I have a fresh deductible to clear out. And once I hit that 3,000, then everything insurance is going to pay for is going to be 100% paid for the rest of the year. So, but what I do plan to do is one, work out which RE I'm going to use, and two, maybe get all the preemptive testing done out of the way this year. If they don't put me off because of my weight, hopefully they don't. But I am going to have to work on that. I do want to get back down to my BMI being 40 before next year. So, yay! Yes, yes, bump buddies. I'm all for it, Arlette. I'm all for it. I don't know if I should do another. Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't know if I should do another ERA. My first ERA was on a natural cycle, and I was receptive. So I think I'm good on the ERA side of things. That test kind of just proved that I didn't need to do the ERA, but I'd rather have done the test and found out that I didn't need it than have not done the test, had a couple, lost both my embryos, and then realized that I did need the ERA. So thank you, Cammie. So I'm hoping that with my vitamin D intact, because both of my retrievals were done with my vitamin D in the toilet. So if you're unfamiliar with how vitamin D affects your fertility, it goes a long way for your implantation, but it also affects your egg quality as well. And normal vitamin D would have been 30. For pregnancy, they like to see you at 40. Mine was 20. So I'm thinking that may have had some contribution to the poor quality. Ouch. Your head is hard and you keep banging it across my face. But is it time for another bye-bye? Is it time for another bye-bye? It's been like 2.5 hours. It's probably time for another bye-bye. Plus you haven't had lunch yet. Well, I guess it's dinner time now. But at any, well, I did give you booby, so that was okay. Um, yeah. So I'm hoping that, especially with my age, that my vitamin D being intact will help my egg quality, and I'll get better results. Hey, the ERA, but I did make changes based off that resulted in baby joy taster. Yes, yes. I'll probably do it again because I don't want to waste my embryos. Yes, it was very painful. Yeah, I've had endometrial biopsies before. I want to say the one I had for the ERA really wasn't painful at all for me. In fact, it was so painless that he went in for a second sample. Like he got a sample, and he was like, "Oh well, since you're so good with it, I'll go in and get another one." Really, doc? So he was like, "I wish all my patients took a biopsy this way." Right. I don't know. I don't know if it's a pain tolerance thing. Maybe it was that 800 ibuprofen that I took before the procedure that helped. Probably the ibuprofen helped. Yeah. Yeah. Leah Boo, 16. Yes. Very soon, the wheels will be in motion for baby number two. So, baby G will be a year in a month. And I will start preparations for the next cycles, October, November time frame. Don't grab the camera. Come here. Come here. You're being a really busy bee. I think it has to do with the angle. Yeah. Less painful without emptying my bladder. Ah, okay. Even when they tell you to empty your bladder. And yang in the membrane. Hey, boo. My ERA was so painful they took out about a small grape size. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I had the ERA, and then I want to say he did. Um, we waited for the ERA to come back before I did my first transfer, but for my second transfer, he did what they call an endometrial scratch, which is the same thing as another biopsy. And then he did send that sample off for testing to make sure I didn't have any inflammation in the endometrium at that point in time, and I did not. So that was good. So I'm glad it wasn't like just a scratch and then he threw the sample away. He did take the sample and have it tested. So I didn't have to pay for the biopsy. Insurance paid for the biopsy. I think I just paid a copay. Um, and then for the testing, insurance paid for that. Whatever he gave it. So I think I'm gonna have to talk about exactly what I'll have to do again. I'm sure I'll have to do the sonohistogram again. I don't know if I'll have to do another HSG. I don't see the point in having to do another HSG. I already went through IVF. I'm older. It was clear. I've since had a C-section. In addition, on top of now a fibroid surgery in 2015. So hopefully I don't have to go through any testing that further proves that I need to have IVF versus any other form. Um, my history should be well enough as it is, you know. So I don't know. You just never know with insurance and what they require. So um, kind of excited, but kind of not. When I'm grunting, getting up off the floor, I ask myself, how the heck am I going to do this with two? It's hard enough getting up with him, but the fact of the matter is, he will be two by the time I give birth to a second child. So old enough to, I guess he'll be in terrible twos, but old enough to be helpful a little bit. So I am going to have to work on, once I do become pregnant, I am going to have to work on what that delivery plan is going to be. Somebody's going to have to hold on to him while I'm in the hospital. I'm sure I'll have another C-section, so he can't stay in the hospital with me. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Maybe I can fly a family member down here for that purpose. So a family member or friend to come take care of him while I'm in the hospital. Or, maybe one of my coworkers, they can work from here. Um, drop him off at daycare, work from here, and, while I'm in the hospital, something like that. So those are all things. I just feel like they're all bridges that I need to, that I'll worry about crossing when I get to them. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Um, but I believe I've said this already, and that is, I don't think I have it in me to do but two more retrievals. Egg retrievals are very difficult. They're very hard on the body, and I only got enough sperm. Miss Lex, I didn't realize you left. Yep, we still here. I didn't realize. Well, I'm going to say I didn't purchase any more than enough sperm to do two more retrievals. So if I got to go past two retrievals, I might be in trouble. Um, but I think it may come down to uh, what happens after the first one, because it's kind of like, if I go through the first retrieval and I don't get any viable embryos out, is it worth me trying again? It might be worth me trying again. It might not be. I just, at this point, I can't justify spending the same amount of money, considering that I am by myself and I do have a baby here, who needs it. Well, $3,000 is just a deductible, and that's what I'm going to pay on the retrieval. But then there's all the PGS testing, and the PGS testing is going to cost me. I know the biopsy was 2,500, and then it was another 600 on the actual test. So that was over. That's going to be another $3,000, and then I don't know if this insurance. My last insurance didn't pay for cryopreservation. That was $1,000. So I don't know if this insurance will pay for cryopreservation or not. So now we're talking about $3,000 plus all the stuff insurance is not going to pay for. So it's more like seven to $10,000 for the cycle, the first retrieval. If I have to do a second retrieval, that retrieval will be paid for 100%. But if I do PGS testing again, and then cryopreservation is again, that's still another $4,000 at least that I'll have to be paying for. And then on medications, it'll be co-pays. So we're looking at a few $100s on the medications as well. So it's not cheap, which is why I have not done the retrieval yet. It's not cheap. To do one more if my two frozen embryos don't work. Yeah, I'm planning about 3 in November. If it doesn't work, oh well, I'm going to enjoy my teenager. I will then get my body done. I'm all for the mommy makeover, okay? I'm all for it. How many vials do you buy at a time? Uh, yeah, I bought, so Miss Lex, initially I bought 3 vials. Um, and then I won 4 vials. So I've had 7 vials trying to make baby G, and I used all 7. I had 3 IUIs medicated. I did 2 home inseminations, and then 2 IVF retrievals. Okay, baby, we're not gonna play with that. um, this time I have IVF vials instead of ICI vials, and I bought 2 of them. 2 of them was cheaper than buying 1 ICI vial from the bank. So, but I just think from an emotional standpoint, from a physical standpoint, and from a financial standpoint, I can only stand to do two more egg retrievals. Now, if I get through the egg retrievals and no transfer, depending on whether I can get more vials from his donor, maybe. But maybe I'll continue. I don't know. I really don't feel like I can do more than 2 egg retrievals. But if I am not pregnant and I don't have any more embryos to transfer by the end of next year, that is it for me. I am not going to try anymore. I'm not going to do any egg retrievals past next year. I am only willing to do transfers of viable embryos past next year if I have them. So I don't get the feeling I'll have that many viable embryos. I'm hoping to do 1 egg retrieval, get a viable embryo, get pregnant with that, and bring that baby home. That is what I'm hoping. So, um, I'm hoping that I don't have to use the second vial, but it'll be there just in case. Um, I'm going to get an ovulation kill. Okay, 1-4. How did you win? Okay, so California Crowd Bank was having their 40th anniversary. Actually, I did a whole video on it. I think it's probably in the comments. The video. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, it's marked I won free sperm. But in general, California Crowd Bank had were celebrating their 40th year anniversary, and they were doing a spermiversary contest where all we had to do was post a fond family moment and then tag it with hashtag spermiversary on Facebook. And so I posted and I was selected and I won. And at the time that I won, I thought, pardon me, I was only going to win 1 vial of sperm. It turned out that they were the contest was initially for 1 vial of sperm, that they were going to give 1 vial of sperm away every day for 40 days. No, to 40. Was it every day? Maybe not every day, but they were going to give 1 vial of sperm away to 40 families. And then I want to say maybe a week or so into the contest, they came back and amended it because they said they realized that it takes up to 4 attempts via IUI to become pregnant. So they decided to give away 4 vials of sperm to 40 families over the next 40 days, I think it was. So they gave away a whole lot of sperm. And so I was like, oh crap, I won 4 vials of sperm. That's crazy. And I think they gave, it was 4 vials of sperm and 3 months free storage. I think it was 3 months free storage. So because I had the extra vials, I opted to do the 2 home inseminations. And I was going to stop at 2 IUIs and then move to IVF. I decided to do the third IUI. I did the 2 home inseminations, and then I had 2 vials left to do IVF with. So turned out I only needed the 1 vial because I got baby G with the first egg retrieval, but I didn't know that. So, but it's possible that, you know, I might not have gotten baby G had my RE not suggested I do another retrieval. because, like I said, there were things that were not right with my body with that first transfer, my vitamin D not being right, and him not wanting me to do the injectable progesterone. He instead insisted that I do the suppository progesterone, which my body did not absorb at all. That could have been stress related, or it could have just been my body just, it wasn't enough for my body to absorb, and it didn't help promote that pregnancy. So um, it's possible baby G might not be here had we stopped with that. So, you know, in hindsight, everything happens for a reason. I think he is meant to be here. However, the course that was taken to get him here, so it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm fortunate enough to have more of the same donor, and I don't know if that they'll give me more. But when I went to get these vials, they made it seem like I could have as many vials as I wanted. So I don't know. But if I don't manage to get a sibling for him, he has, I think, 16 donor siblings that I know of. And so hopefully he'll develop some relationship with one or some of them. It'd be nice if he had a sibling in the house, but I have to be realistic about where I am, what I'm willing to go through, and finances. So, and I'm getting up there, and I it was a lot to go through emotionally, and I don't know that I can put myself through that and still be a good mom to him. So I have to be realistic in that, despite how much I want him to have a sibling, I can only hope and pray that it happens in the time and the space and the resources allowed for that. And if not, then sometimes God gives you what you need, not what you want. And maybe if it doesn't happen, then I don't need two children right now. But there are other ways to become a parent, especially a parent of a daughter. And maybe I'll meet somebody and he'll have a young daughter that, I can do those mom daughter things with. Who knows? So you never know how the future pans out. All we can do is try. What they say, faith without works, right? So I'm going to do my part and work, and we'll see what happens. Yep. So it's tough though. It really is. Yeah. He just rolled the ball all the way over here. So it's gonna be work though. Woo! And getting through this stage with a new baby. So I'm hoping that by the time a new baby comes, I will have officially transitioned him to sleeping in his crib, so that I'll have the bassinet available for the new baby. So the bassinet and the bed, because I sleep better when he's in the bassinet. And I keep saying bassinet. I know he's pretty big, but the bassinet that I have goes up to 25 pounds. Yes. When most bassinets go to, I think, 15 or 20 pounds. And it also drops. So with it dropped, he can stand up in it, and only like the top of his head is over the edge. So yeah, don't throw away anybody. Nope, nope. I'm not throwing anything away. I do still have some girl, um, you know, faith items here. I have maintained it all. I'm still keeping hope alive for a little girl, but like before, what I want is a healthy baby. If God sees fit to give me two boys, then apparently that's what I need. Two boys to protect mama. And I don't know, perhaps go out there and become something great and retire mama early. Do you mind me asking, did you plan financially for it? I know another mom who put all of her credit card. I'm just saying, if you don't want to answer, just asking. So, this particular journey, I'm not going to say I saved a bunch of money up for it. And I'm going to say that because I knew I had insurance that covered it, but I also have disposable income. So, that being said, I did not go into debt initially. I was using my money um, to front it. It wasn't until my second retrieval that I then had to pay out of pocket because my RE didn't submit a pre-auth like he was supposed to, and I had to come up with money very quickly to pay for it. And I did take out a loan to get that, but I also took some extra money out to consolidate some debt at the same time. So I am still paying for that. As far as this next baby, well, I just bought a car. I was 3 months technically unpaid. I'm paying that money back now. So no, I don't have anything saved up, but we get bonuses on my job. Again, I do have disposable income. So the money will be there. I won't have to uh, go into debt or necessarily have to put it on my credit card. So, in that regard, I guess I plan for it as in I know I'll have the money to do it. Not necessarily just, oh, I got room on this credit card and put it all on there. You know. So I think this being a single mom by choice is not a decision we go into lightly, or uh, rashly. So I think there's some kind of planning. Unfortunately, with IVF, there are so many things that come up that you don't realize you have to pay for. Come over here, because you're getting into trouble again. Come over here. So there are so many unexpected things that come up. Things you think are covered, like you think you have um, insurance that's going to pay for it. Like when you go, okay, insurance is going to pay for IVF. 100%. Okay, and then you get into it, and you realize there are these little things, cryopreservation, if you want PGS testing because you're older, or whatever the case may be, and that insurance just doesn't pay for. So it's like, oh, I gotta pay for this. Oh, I gotta pay for that. Oh, I gotta pay for this. Oh, I gotta pay for that. Not all insurances are created equal. They don't all pay for the same things. Some people might want ICSI. Some insurances don't pay for that. You might have to pay out of pocket for that. Maybe you want to get an ERA test done because you've had a couple of failures. The ERA insurance does not pay for it. You're paying out of pocket for that. There's just a number of things. Like I tell people, because people are like, "Oh, IVF, isn't that expensive?" And I'm like, "It is, but my insurance paid for most of it." They were like, "Oh, you're lucky." And no, but I still spent a lot of money, and it's not specifically on IVF specifically, but it all contributed to it. I was going to acupuncture every week, every week, you know, and that at $85 a pop. I was probably spending between $300 and $400 in supplements every month. All that stuff, I'm seeing chiropractic. I'm going to float therapy. That's $50 a month. So that, like all these things start to add up. And I am going to do a video on how much the journey cost me. I have some, roundabout numbers, but I do want to break it down because some people think, oh, you spent all this money to have a baby. It wasn't just the procedure itself, it's all the stuff that goes with it and trying to be successful. That is where all the money I spent. My insurance paid for the procedure for the most part. Before I had the baby, my deductible was only $1,500. That was when I was single. Now I'm a family, right? So it's $3,000. So that makes things a little different. So now I have to come up with an additional $1,500 on top of what I was paying before. So it's a different party this go round for the second one, which is why I gotta be smart with where the coin is spent and when. So there's a lot to consider, and I think if you're trying to do this, you're thinking about doing this, there's a lot of unexpected. So don't think like, okay, the clinic said I just need this much money. You better get some more, you know, just in case. And if you don't use it, then more power to you. You can, use it to prepare for your baby, because there are bound to be expenses for that, or save it for childcare, or whatever the case may be. so um so yeah, I've been very fortunate, and um I'm not rich by any means. I am, I'm not saying I'm particularly frugal either. But I can be a planner when it comes to my money, and then and I can be an impulse buyer. So I can be all of the above. So I just try to do the best I can. I also don't like having debt, right? Which is why when things go wrong and I have to pay for things when I'm trying to save money, why it bothers me so much, because I'm trying my best not to be in debt. And that's because the way I grew up, I didn't have anybody to depend on. When I moved out on my own, if I didn't have money to pay my rent, I didn't have anybody to go to ask to give me an extra 100 or 200 or to pay my rent that month. Everybody I knew around me had a mother, a grandmother, an uncle, a brother, a sister, or somebody that they could ask to help them get them through that time. I didn't have anybody. Growing up, I was the person that all my siblings came to, and I'm the youngest, that they came to ask to help them, when they were short on money, because I was the fiscally responsible one, growing up. So I either had it on a credit card or I had it in the bank, or whatever the case may be, I had it to help them. Sometimes I didn't always get it back, so I am very cautious about what my money is going to look like, because I don't have anybody to help me if I get in a bind. Who helps me? My credit and the bank. That's how I get help. There was nobody that I can call to help me. So um, I have to. That's just been my main focus. Keep my credit good, because as long as your credit is good, you can get a loan. So that's been the theme, my fiscal theme, growing up. If I don't have family that can help, the bank can help. But I don't like owing the bank, so I pay the bank back as fast as I can possibly pay them back, and then I go on about my business. It'd be nice if I didn't have student loans. I'd be way more comfortable if I didn't have student loans. So, but I told a girlfriend of mine, you know, because she's the same way. She's in the same boat that I'm in. And I said, "Do you know how much less stressed we would be if we didn't care about our credit?" You know what I'm saying? There are three major things that you need, or two major things that you need credit for, or I'll say three. One is a credit card, a revolving credit card, so that you can do things like get hotels and rent vehicles without too much trouble. Um, a vehicle to finance, and buying a house. These are the three major things that you require good credit for to get the best deals, right? Once you've attained these three things, you don't really need your credit that much. But you know, if I'm not saying stop paying your bills, right? But if you have these three things, credit is kind of less high on the totem pole in the grand scheme of things. So if let's say for instance, I already had my vehicle, um, whether it was paid off or not, I'm already in my home, whether it's paid off or not, and I already have a revolving credit card. If I lost my job, my focus would be paying my car note, paying my mortgage, and paying at least the minimum on that credit card, so that they don't close it and snatch whatever I have available on it in case of emergencies. Everything else can go by the wayside, aside from like utilities. You know, cable bill can go. Um, I guess the cell phone bill, I would have to pay that. Or maybe I would let the cell phone bill go and you can call me on the house phone because that's cheaper than the cell phone bill. But you know, it's just like you start prioritizing what you really need money for. Student loans, all of that would, well, it ain't going nowhere. I'll get to it, you know. So it's just and the thing about it is, you know, I can not be so well in paying those and in 3 years none of that will matter once I start paying it all back again and getting it up to speed. In 3 years, none of it matters. So, if in a bind, you can let your credit go, it will recover. But when you're by yourself and nobody can help you, you tend to focus a lot on keeping your credit, and that's just really stressful because who else is going to help you but the bank? And the bank ain't going to help you unless you got good credit. You know, I mean, really, really help you. There are places that'll give you money at astronomical interest rates that make no sense. That's not help. That's shark robbery. You know what I mean? You might as well got your money from a mob boss. You know what I mean? So it's yeah. So that I have to be smart in that way. Have I gone into debt? You know, unforeseen things happen. You know, like I said, my water softener, my water treatment, all of that went. I didn't have the money to replace it, so it was financed. You know, when my air conditioner went in the house, I didn't have the money to outright replace it, so I financed. You know, but lots of these things are paid off now. You know, my transmission went on the old car. I didn't have the money immediately because all these other things were happening, the tree on the house, blah blah blah. So I financed it, but that got paid off, you know, within a year. So and it was same as cash. I didn't have to pay any interest on it, and thank God because that financing was predatory as well. Because if I didn't pay that off in a year, they were gonna hit me with 29% interest. Say what? No, 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 no. That got paid off quick, fast, and in a hurry. Um, but it's just you have to be credit savvy, um, you know, in order to survive out here. And to be quite honest, I had to learn that at an early age because that was how I made it through college. Credit cards. Credit cards paid for my books. And then I spent, you know, the summer off paying those credit cards down so I can max them out again, buying books the next year. So I really appreciate you sharing the financials because, not to brag, I make six figures and the cost seemed like a lot to me. I think because of where I am in my life, I already have a kid, etc. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what you make. Um, what matters is um, how liquid you are. Who cares if you make $200,000 a year when you've got $160,000 worth of bills? and then you got taxes on top of that. That means you don't have a whole lot left over at the end of the month. So you don't have very much disposable income. Somebody who makes, maybe $50,000 a year may have less debt, and has more disposable income than somebody who makes double what they do. So it's really about what's going out. It ain't even about what's coming in, and you have to prepare for that. The more we make, the more we spend. That's a fact of life, right? But we don't have to be in debt, right? Debt is where the problem is. I've seen one financial advisor give a friend of mine advice of, I don't even think you're in a position to contribute to a 401k because you have so much debt. Your 401k is not going to make as much money for you interest wise as the interest you are paying on your debt. What's 7% interest on a 401k when you're paying 22% every month on this credit card? So that made a whole lot of sense to me. So I have trouble. They say, oh, you should keep money. There are certain plans for like saving where they say you should keep money in the bank for emergency. I have a hard time leaving. Let's say I have a debt that's $3,000, but I should have $5,000 in the bank for emergency. I have a hard time maintaining a $5,000 balance when I got a $3,000 debt that could be paid off with it. I'd rather pay that debt than let that $5,000 just sit there and generate 1% interest and just sitting there when I'm paying 5 or 6% on this debt that could be paid off if I just paid it off. So we all have to deal with money um the best way we can. But I've had to be very responsible with my money from a very early age. And because I don't have anyone to rely on but myself and the bank, I have to be careful with how that money is spent. With double like yours, yeah. Yeah, JB. Yeah. The hospital came real quick after that extra 1,500, okay? Because he was born in October. So I was 1,500. I went into the hospital with zero responsibility. But the moment he was born, he got added to my insurance. That incurred me the additional 1,500, and the hospital kindly sent me a bill for that 1,500, which I then had to pay last year. So not fun. I wasn't expecting that bill to walk in the house either, but it did. Not fun. Not fun. Understand the difference between needs and wants. Use the credit to buy something that makes passive income for you. Yep. Want to purchase a new couch for 1,100. I will not finance a couch. I want to catch a few extra shifts at my part-time job, then just go buy the couch. I avoid financing. I mean, if it's same as cash for a year and you can pay it off in a year, then finance it. Get it now and just make sure it's paid off before they stick interest with you. But that's what they count on. They count on you forgetting or something else coming up, you know, and then they stick you with all this interest, right? For the course of the year. Like now you're responsible for all the interest over the course of the year, and you're paying a whole lot. But I mean, if it's same as cash, I'm good with same as cash because I know I'm going to pay it off. And when I do it, I make out a plan. This is how much I'm going to pay a month on it. Um, and then if I'm expecting some money or whatever, it's like I make a big lump sum payment and get that paid off and be done. So you know, there are ways to rob Peter to pay Paul for sure. When you want to get what you want, you just got to do it responsibly. Responsibly. Rooms to Go offer that. Yeah, yeah. Rooms to Go will do same as Cash, or I should say they have in the past. Or they'll do no payment. What they'll do is they'll do no payments for a year or no payments for 2 years. That's basically same as Cash. You don't have to make any payments, but you can. And if you pay it all off before the payments are due, then you won't incur any interest on it. But also bear in mind that a lot of these places, if you buy multiple things from them, the way they apply their payments might be to the thing that's due more often, and they won't apply anything to a newer thing. So you got to be careful in the way that the payments are applied as well when you do stuff like that. Hard lessons to learn. I'm telling you, hard lessons to learn. I've always been one to never pay the minimum on any bill or any revolving credit, I should say. I've never paid just the minimum unless I was trying to put money elsewhere. I've always paid a little bit extra. So, but yeah, and sometimes, things have to shift. Like right now, I'm paying extra on my student loans in an attempt to pay them down early. Um, in planning for another baby and now having a car note, I have to make a shift in some things to make sure that things are getting paid for and I'm not hurting. I'm not hurting because I am still paying for my water softener. That's a small bill every month, but I don't want to be paying on it for the next 5-6 years when I can take a lump sum and pay it off. But I do have other things that I need to get done around here, with extra money that comes in. So I've always been the type, like, if I got a refund from taxes, I didn't go out and buy something new. I was already planning what I was doing with that refund with my budget, and that was paying down or paying off some bill. So that has always been worked in to the budget. And I'll work out a budget up to like 3-4 years. I've done that in Excel with the formulas and everything, so I can see how long it takes me to pay something down. I even had it calculating like the interest on the credit card. It's like, I don't know. I guess I had a lot of free time at work to work out this little budget sheet. It wasn't exact, but it came pretty close. And I could always say, okay, yeah, I'll have this tax return. I'm expecting this much. I can put this on the bill and pay it down and have that paid off a year early or 2 years early or something like that. I was always looking at my money in that way, but it always shifted. If I spent more on my New York company card, now this is an extra bill that I got to pay down, right? So I got to work that into the budget. So now I got to rework the next 2-3 years to see how am I going to pay this down and pay that down and all of that and work all of that in with, how much. And I can really see where my money is. If I had a budget, like I never really budgeted like for groceries or things like that or entertainment or whatever. It was always about what were the bills walking in the door and then how much I had left over. And I always budgeted savings. So savings was always a tick on the budget. So I always budgeted the savings. I didn't budget entertainment, but I budgeted savings. So I was always saving no matter what. And if the savings got to a certain amount and I could pay off a bill early, then I could take that savings and pay off the bill. So whether that savings was $10 a paycheck, $50, $100, whatever it was, eventually, it builds up. Like right now, I have money that, like I have money that I hide from myself in other banks. So they just go direct deposit. And, I think one is like $22 a paycheck. Another one might be like $50 a paycheck. And they just automatically come out. It's a little bit of money. I'm not missing it, but when I'm in a bind and I need money, there's some emergency or whatever, that account has gotten up to like hundreds of dollars. And this is like, oh, it's $500. didn't see in my bank account, so I wasn't checking for it, but I saved it over here, and I could move this money over here, and that helped put me in a better place. And I've always had to do something like that, like hide money from myself or make certain savings less accessible, which means if I'm going to spend it, I got to plan to spend it. I can't spend it on a whim. So I've got savings accounts in my main bank account, and I've got savings accounts in other bank accounts that are a little harder to get at. And so if it's in my main account, that's just a simple transfer. I can go on my phone and do that. But if it's in another account, it's going to take me a couple days to get to that money, so I can't spend that money on a whim. So it's always good to hide money from yourself. Shoot, if I had a man and he was giving me money, I'd probably still have money somewhere. And I actually want to open up another account where I start putting allowance for baby G in, and just let the money build up, not spend it. Just give him a little allowance. I'm thinking like maybe $10 a week, which is way more than I ever got as a kid. But I think $10 a week is cool. And when he gets older, it'll be an account that I can maybe give him like a debit card with, and he can spend what he wants. It's his money, and I can teach him to be fiscally responsible and all of that. And if he wants to earn a few extra bucks, he can earn that as well. So I'm thinking that's what I want to do with him. He's almost a year now, so I'm gonna have to make up because I haven't opened the account yet, but I have to open it. I love it. A big help. Yeah, Sam's Club. I do. I need to join the Sam's Club or BJ's, or what's the other one? It begins with a C. Um, there's Sam's Club, BJ's, and there's one more that begins with a C. I can't think of the name of it, but I gotta join one of them. But these days, I don't even go grocery shopping. I get all my groceries delivered. I've been, for the most part, I do step into the grocery store every now and again. Costco, yes, yes. Thank you, Deidre. We have all three of them down here in Florida. So it's just a matter of which one's close. But I just I like the idea of them. Um, I just hate grocery shopping. So going in and actually shopping, but I think like for non-perishable things like toilet tissue, paper towels, cleaning supplies, um, you know, things that don't go bad very quickly, because it's just a small family. It's just me and him. So I think that's great. Um, I gotta get into the habit. I don't cook enough. I eat out too much. That's what it is. But I could certainly save money shopping at these places. So I need to get on it. I'm being lazy. Grocery delivery has got me spoiled. uh, you're welcome. You're welcome, JB. Once my area started offering my pickup options, I was so thankful because I always hated going to the store for shopping. Yeah, can your grocery store deliver? My Safeway delivers. Yeah, I have shipped, um, which I planned these things to help me get through my C-section for postpartum. So I got shipped will deliver Publix, they deliver Target, they deliver Winn-Dixie. They also do Sam's Club, but it's not on my list because shipped is based on where I am and what stores they'll go to. Oh no, no, not Sam's Club, because Sam's Club is Walmart. I think they used to do Sam's Club, but they don't. But Target owns shipped, so I think that's why Sam's Club is not on there anymore. Anyway, um, what's it, Costco? I don't know. They'll go to Petco. Shoot, they'll even go to the ABC, which is the liquor store. Okay. So I'm so mad. So between shipped and Walmart pickup, only because $9.95 to have Walmart have DoorDash deliver, it's just a bit much for me because the Walmart is literally around the corner. So I don't, it's just a matter of getting the baby in. I don't have to get out the car. So it's like going through a drive-through. So Walmart pickup worked very well for me. And then if I didn't want to get in the car, then I would just use Shipt and and then Uber Eats. That's how I survived. And people have told me, because I hate grocery shopping so much, that people say, you know, you can get your groceries delivered, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, but I'll never leave the house if I never go grocery shopping. So that was my reason to never have groceries delivered. Oh, and Amazon Prime groceries. That also was helpful too. So all of that, very helpful. Um, yeah. So now I'm so in love with having my groceries delivered that I don't, if I can avoid going to the grocery store, that's what I do. I avoid going to the grocery store. But now that Baby G goes to the sitter, I will often drop him off, and I pass the Walmart on my way home. So I'll stop into the Walmart and I'll actually go in, shop, and then come home if I can get him off early enough, because my days are pretty flexible. So if I don't have any meetings or whatever, then I'll shop really quick in Walmart, and that's been working out for me pretty great. And considering everything going on, I don't have to worry about the baby and keeping him safe. I just have to worry about what I touch, not what he touches. You know, so that works out for me very well. But yeah, so yeah. All right. I never intend to come in here and do these lives, these 4 hour long lives. I never intend to I don't know, something on my face. Um to do these lives, but I couldn't do them this long if it weren't for you all with your questions and keeping the conversation going. So thank you all for being such gracious participants, for hanging out with me, leaving, taking a nap, coming back, all of that. So thank you. You know I like to talk, and I do miss my adult interaction, being here with this baby in here by myself. So I think it's probably time for me to get back with my niece. So she's tried to Facebook message me twice since we've been on this live. So I can get back with her. Baby G needs another change because he's made water, um, which he does really well. So it's time for me to get to that. But I will bid you ladies adieu, because we are just 2 minutes shy of a whole 4 hours on this live. I never intended to come on and be this long, but it always happens that way. But you can tell how much I miss you guys too. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Yes. All right, ladies. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. I'm happy to show you the new digs with the car. And yeah, catch the beginning and check out the car at 8-Bit Breeze. I started this video outside in the car, or getting in the car, I should say. So do check it out. I'm happy with the purchase. I haven't seemed as enthusiastic about it, but I am happy with the purchase. And I do also plan, for people who don't want to sit and watch a 4 hour long video, I do plan to make a video about the new car, and once all my embellishments are done. So I'll have a video with the car too, but you all get to see it first. It was nice catching up. Yes, thank you, Cammy. Thank you, ladies. Sticky baby. That's all those TTC. What we do? Bye. Thank you, ladies.